It is a world of darkness. The sin of Cain has spawned the cursed horror that stalks the night in search of living blood. The kindred have long been a secret influence through all ages of human history, plotting against each other in a never-ending jihad. Their immortal progeny are among us to this day, hidden from the eyes of humanity by an elaborate masquerade.
And killing the music, and we are good and back. Hello, once again on a Saturday afternoon, a busy Saturday afternoon. We are back with Ashland by Night Blood Ties. So I'm looking forward to this game. I think there's going to be some interesting new things in the mix, plus some conversations. And it seems like a lot of it's going to be centered around the blood. So, bum bum bum. If ever there was a more apt name for this particular game, Blood Ties, I think this session should probably be it. And let you guys know, Rachel is actually here. Her camera's off for the time being, so we've got 4 people of our usual crew tonight, or today, I should say. See, there she is. She's still muted, though.
Story of my life.
So, does somebody want to give us a recap? I would say Rachel could give a recap, because Rachel gave one hell of a recap to Street Fighter in the chat, which was like amazeballs. It's like this gigantic wall of text of all good bullet points and stuff that took place. But I've got a feeling she didn't have notes for this one, so I'm not going to put her on the spot.
I sure didn't. The last note I have is that we went to the Dragon Marshal Cold Store because Vidius had texted me that there was a guy there that was a little suspicious.
A little sus.
And so me and Ben went down there to basically vet him out. Discovered his name was Troy. Trudy knows he's here, we believe, because that's who told him about this place. Has been here for about a year and is well, I don't know if I know this in character. He's a Bruja.
Yeah, he's a true Bruja.
Which apparently I was not supposed to say, and I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
So try and forget that.
Okay. So he's a Bruja. Got it. That's what I know. Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I was majorly in, aside from getting scolded by my sire to get my rearing gear on other stuff.
Actually, that's a pretty good recap outside of just the general meeting that everybody had, kind of discussing. If I recall, it was just general city politics, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were nailing down like which traditions to uphold, what to modify, things like that.
Sure. Yeah, so I mean, there we go. Good recap. I mean, you don't need to have a full in-depth detail of what you guys rattled off as far as the traditions and whatnot, but there we go. So Rachel was able to provide it after all.
Hey.
Boom. Okay, so it is, as I said in the chat, it's been a week since the events of that particular game. So obviously there's been time for lots to have happened. Ben, since you are the ranking Anarch at this point, are you going to call any sort of a gathering together, or are you winging it?
Since it's been a week, he will call a gathering. So he's going to put in the text. Let's all meet at the cannery location to make sure we're all on the same page. He sends that out.
Damaris will text back. Sounds good. Be there soon.
Jerome.
Yes.
Can Trudy bring a friend?
Trudy is welcome to bring a friend. If anything, you might want to just put it in the chat, or your voice to text that you're bringing a +1.
Okay. Well, I mean, if he wants to come, because she did offer.
Of course. No, I completely get it.
Trudy will tell the chat that she's bringing a friend.
All right, and then during that stuff, Ben will go get Seth, make sure that she's ready to go meet as well, and then we head off.
Okay. So it's pretty easy peasy. You guys know where the old cannery building is at. It's now a little office park with a couple of restaurants in there, and you guys have made special arrangements to go into the backside of the cannery building, and you have a little office space where you guys can meet privately. It's not obviously good for a lot of people, but for quick, small gatherings, it's perfect. There are a couple chairs in here. There's a desk that's been moved in. Other than that, there's really nothing of worth in the room. And a water jug, giving the illusion that it's probably used by people during the day.
Excellent. All right. Everyone comes in, make sure to close the door behind and lock it for that security. And like, well, short meeting, but welcome everybody. How's everyone been the past week?
I can't complain.
I'm playing a lot of cleanup and catch up with stuff. Still over at Kyrene's while I figure out what to do with my haven.
Right. Understandable. You haven't.
I was gonna say I have all my fingers back and my hair.
And with Trudy, you also see a man who's actually very well dressed. With a nice kind of a Mandarin collar shirt, but still kind of business looking with a nice long black overcoat. He's not hiding his features, and if he isn't just butt ugly, he's Nosferatu. Completely bald on top, kind of got the odd ears coming, a little bit gangly fingers or whatnot. But on first glance, he, if somebody did one of those like far glance sort of thing, at a couple blocks away, he'd probably look fairly normal, if not kind of blah. But up close, obviously, he's a Monet.
Okay. So then with that, Ben will go. You're Trudy's +1, I take it.
I am, yes. Some of you may have met me at her wedding. My name is Daedalus.
Oh yes, I remember you.
And
He's an
for
old friend.
yes, and for
Welcome.
those of you in the know and might have seen the series, this is the same Daedalus from Kindred the Embraced.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Welcome, Daedalus.
He's
Thank you.
decided to move here. San Francisco was inhospitable.
Well, Henri will be happy to have another Nosferatu about.
Yeah, it's good times. Speaking of Nosferatu, I'm going to be letting the Baron know this, but everyone should be in the know. Mr. Vidius, who some of you have already probably heard of. He's been one of my contacts for a little bit. Nosferatu. He does claim to be one of us. He's an anarch as well. He does haven in Ashland. But he's staying hands off as far as meet and greets. He's had one or more bad experiences in the past with that. People trying to take advantage of him. So as far as reaching out to him, it's through text and through his animal companions. So we won't be seeing a lot of him, but that's fine. He's clearly on our side.
well, that's good to know.
Perhaps after we build some trust, he may change his mind. You never know.
Yeah, we'll see. I wouldn't blame him for not wanting to have a face-to-face given what he's apparently gone through, but we'll see. He's been on the up and up so far, so I'm thinking good thoughts as far as that goes. But yeah, again, welcome to the party here, Daedalus. Appreciate it. And yeah, as far as everything going on with you, Flames, you haven't heard from Mr. B at all? No more presents he's given you or anything?
Mr. B?
Bastion.
Oh, no, not yet. But I've been a bit paranoid, of course. So there's wards and stuff on Kyrene's haven, so I'm confident right now that he doesn't know where I'm at.
Got it.
So, but that, obviously I can't keep hiding there. So,
Yeah, I hear you. Everyone needs like the right amount of space, of course.
I'll figure it out. I did think about ways that possibly we could, get him off my butt. And I don't remember if this was brought up last time, but would it be possible to use the the s- the tapestry, the flesh tapestry, the confession as maybe a bargaining tool since he is so devout?
I think we were mentioning that
Mhm.
before. Yeah, I mean, if you've gotten everything you've gotten from it, if Dee's
To me,
gotten
it's just
what
a
you
relic at
wanted,
this point. It's just an artifact that contains a lot of significant history and definitely is valued, by the Sabbat. So
okay.
I don't know.
Do we have a way of contacting him, or at least getting
Bastion?
word out at, that we're interested in some kind of a trade?
I remember last time you were with us, you had mentioned that you were willing to have some Giovanni, or at least see if you could have some
Right.
Giovanni meet with them based on Reva's suggestion. Do
I'm
you know if
sorry,
anything's come of that?
that slipped my mind.
It's fine. We've all got a lot to deal with. But yeah, I mean that's the one method we've got right now. To be honest, I mean I'd just be fine with destroying that guy. I mean,
I
for what
would
he's already
too.
done.
He has been a big thorn in my side lately. So yeah, no, I know.
Does anyone know what he looks like? Have we
Oh
got
yeah.
him on camera somewhere?
I mean, I've met him in person. I know what he looks like. I don't think I have a picture per se. I don't think there's any because I mean, we don't show up on camera, do we?
Who's
We
Unless,
we?
do still.
unless you're La Sombra.
Okay, that's right. I forgot. Oh, that's right. Cast no reflection. Okay. I have not checked any video. Actually, that's something that I probably could do. On the video at my haven since he was there in my front yard. You know.
Yeah, in fact, could you check that out right now? Is that possible? Do you have that, or do you have to go back and look at it?
No, I'm assuming, Jerome, that I have like an app on my phone where I can access my recordings, or would I have to go home to do that
The recordings for what?
for the video?
Oh
Because
no,
obviously
yeah,
it has security
you've
cams.
got that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they get uploaded to a cloud.
Yeah. So yeah, I can access it right now, and so she'll go through and locate the day that or the evening that was. Yep. And then I'll show him the video.
Okay.
He's very obvious about it.
So then, looking at the video, Jerome, I look at that, and then Ben pulls out his phone and takes a look at the image of. It might not pan out, but the image that he still has on it of the guy who apparently went and shot Bridget Brent or whatever her name was, the uh, the missing medium.
Okay. What about him?
Wanting to see if that guy and Bastion look similar.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. There's not really.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, it's not definitive because I mean he's Sabat, so there's no telling, if he can change his appearance or not or whatnot. But
Right.
based on what you have, looking at the one, looking at the other, no, they don't match.
Okay. And when watching Bastion on the video doesn't like flicker.
No.
It's not grainy. It's like clear and can be seen.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Quality.
there are certain parts, just like stationary cameras. There are going to be some blind spots or spots that it doesn't pick up quite as well. It's obvious when he's setting everything up, he's purposely trying to do it where the camera's going to pick up everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like it was very deliberate.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, so he's looking at that going, okay.
He likes to put on a show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. What with what he's already done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
what does he look like?
You'll have to describe him, Dale.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember out of character.
yeah. So let me see. So Bastion is essentially he's around like 5'10" to 6 foot, somewhere around there. Caucasian dude, short black hair. Um, looks like he's got like an average build, but depending on what he's wearing, you'd see that he is like tone. He's got kind of a wiry type of build. If he's wearing what he typically wears, it's nice, and he even wears like a necktie. His hair is like at least done up to a degree, so he's a decent looking dude. But if
Didn't
it's
you say
picking up
he's-
enough like light, it would show that he's very pale in complexion.
Didn't you say he's Toreador?
Yeah, he's Toreador too. So clearly, from what he's wearing, you could probably easily tell that, yeah, from his just Toreador style, he makes sure to dress very nicely, and his movements are very. Seems like he's efficient in his movement, even if he shows off. He's just that type of dude where, yeah, clearly he knows when people are watching him, so that's how he acts.
Okay.
So Ben's looking at that going, okay. Yeah, I was wondering if he was involved with other things, but no, okay.
Is there a way that we could get his description to the police? Maybe not to apprehend him, since we know he's out of their league, but maybe just to keep eyes peeled.
That might be a weird ask, because typically if you're getting the police to watch, they're watching so that they can go and actually apprehend him. I mean, I could have my guy take a look, but unless he's wanted for something and we can pin something on him, and then if we do that, they're going to want to arrest
Ask
him.
questions.
Yeah, exactly. And he's clearly going to wipe the floor with anybody
Mhm.
that goes after him.
So maybe some other source of eyes.
Yeah,
Well, we do have Mr. Viticus in his animals.
we do. Yeah, that'd be something.
And Daedalus was like about to speak, and he says, "I was about to suggest this, Mr. Vidius, and I would not be opposed to offering up my services as well to keep an eye out for him."
Excellent. Well, in that case, here's what he looks like, and he goes ahead and shows the video to everybody, so everyone's got a good look at what he looks like. He goes, yeah, I mean, if we can put the word out, because this guy, clearly he's hanging out, and we don't even know how long he's been here. Like I had a working theory, which I don't know, might be wrong now, but I was wondering if this guy was actually the one involved with actually nabbing Shannon. I don't know. I know that guy was supposed to look like Christopher Walken, but all you have to do is just change your face, right? Technically.
You never did figure out who that person was, did you?
No, I think I might need to place a call to the marshal. He's apparently the one who's going to have those 3 perps actually in his custody, or at least we're in his custody. It's been about a week or more, but maybe he'll.
Yeah, it's been about 2 weeks now.
2 weeks. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, if one of them looked like Christopher Walken, I'm sure he'd remember something like that. And if it's not one of them, then they're working with someone. Yeah, in fact, let me do that right now since we're on the topic. So Ben goes ahead and he's got his phone, and he calls the marshal and makes sure to put on speakerphone to see if he picks up.
Okay. He does. This is Raylan.
Marshal, Benjamin Baxter, how you doing tonight?
I'm quite all right. How about yourself?
Doing fine, doing fine. Hey, we're on speaker with a few of my compatriots here, and just had one or two quick questions if you got a moment.
I could spare a minute or two.
Excellent, excellent. Now, if this can't be said on the line, I understand, but I'll try to be as general as possible. There were some perps you apparently had in your custody for a bit. 3 of them who had kidnapped an old lady maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Is that ringing any bells so far?
It does, yes.
First question, and if you laugh or chuckle a little bit, I won't blame you. I would too if I heard this for the first time. Did any of those 3, by your recollection, look like Christopher Walken?
There's a bit of a chuckle, and he says, I think I would recognize Mr. Walken. My team might have cracked a joke about cowbell once or twice, but he was not among them.
Okay. All right. Yeah, they did apparently have an accomplice with them who, at the time anyway, at least made himself look like the spitting image of that guy. So just keep your eyes peeled if any of your crew happen upon someone like that. I don't know if they'd still look like that, but yeah, it seems like he might have been using those perps to get at others. That's my working theory so far, so just to keep you aware of that. But yeah, if they didn't mention anybody that they were working with, then yeah, this guy's playing a game here in Ashland.
Seth is going to lean towards Ben, and she's going to whisper in his ear, do you want to tell him about Bastion?
I guess it wouldn't hurt. So yeah, Marshall, in the spirit of the good neighbor policy we got going on here, might as well tell you there's one bad hombre in town. He's affected at least one of us before in bad ways. Goes by the name of Bastion. I don't know if you've heard anybody by that name, but he's one of the bad ones who used to be up north, if you catch my drift on that. But he's one of these elite guys. Knows what he's doing. He's been harassing us. Seems like he might actually want to kidnap one of us. And I don't know if he's the one or somebody he knows is the one who influenced those 3 perps to do what they did. But just in case, if you happen upon a guy who seems like he's all alone but knows what he's doing, be careful, because he really, really can take care of himself, if you catch my drift.
Send him a screenshot of his face.
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest.
If you got a clear enough line, I can text you an image or even a video of what this guy looks like.
And what he's capable of.
All right. Well, send it over and whatever additional information you have, and we'll keep our eyes on the lookout.
All right. Good deal. Any of you folks have any questions of the marshal before I send him the stuff? All right. All right. Thanks, Marshal. Appreciate it. I'll send over that stuff for you right away.
All right. Well, good evening to you.
Hangs up, goes ahead and sends over the video.
Okay.
Well,
I hope. Okay, so before you send that video, we
okay.
need to make sure it's not traceable or something. I'm not keen on sending the video itself.
And I was just thinking, is it going to cause problems, seeing as we didn't report the victim?
The marshal knows what's up and he's on our side. He gets what's going down, and if he sees what this guy's dealing
Capable
with,
of.
yeah, I mean, he and his are kind of a part of all of that. I don't think like having weird mechanical parts that act like guns and stuff is like typical amongst human beings. That raised like all the eyebrows. So I mean, he's got a stake in this as well.
I mean, granted, it's pretty clear from the video that our folks were not at fault for the actual crime, but just hoping
I'm
that
concerned about having that video just out there in general. Frankly, I just
Okay, is there a way we can take a
I
shot at this one of the frames or
I
something?
would just like to try to encrypt it before we send it, just to keep it secure. It's not something that I want to have accidentally get out there.
You would have to send it by email if you're going to do something like that.
Uh, yeah.
Otherwise, you could just take screenshots of the video. You know, like where it shows his face, pause it, and take a screenshot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
like,
I know you want to send him the full video, but again, just for the sake of possible breach there, I don't want to have that floating around.
sure. Here, I'll see if I can just take like a shot of just him and not things around him. And so Ben goes ahead and tries accomplishing that on his phone, and if he can get it done, then he does that. Shows the screenshot, like there. Should be
So
just
why don't you
him.
give me an intelligence and technology check?
Go.
Difficulty 6.
Okay.
Oh no.
Hey, one success.
Hey! So it took you some finagling. This is not something you normally do with your. That's the reason why I wanted you to try it.
Yeah.
It's not something you normally do with your phone. So you're like, oh, this is one of these advanced things with this smartphone. Okay, click. It clicks right. You get a screenshot.
There we go. Okay.
Easy peasy.
Whew. Yeah, it's impressive. This stuff is getting easier. All right. Yeah. So here it shows the screenshot. So it'll just be that. Don't have to send the whole video. We just need to show what he looks like. So then he goes ahead and just makes sure that that's all that there is in the shot, and then he sends just that shot.
Okay.
Harry baby.
All right. So we've got that looked at so far anyway. Yeah, of course, everyone keep your eyes peeled for this guy. I think that's got to be one of our main priorities. Anybody who's an enemy, clearly an enemy, and this guy is, we got to make sure we can stop him.
Oh, speaking of which, Ben, you see that you have a text message. It came in while you were on the phone, so you didn't actually hear the chime.
So take a look. Who'd it come from?
Okay, it came from Mr. Vidius.
Oh, okay. What was it say?
It's actually a small video, as well as or it's a small video clip that came text through, and the and comment says, "Do we know this guy?" And what you end up seeing is somebody kind of leaning over, like they're like somebody's being bit, but you just see kind of haze and fuzz in the picture.
Okay. It's like,
and then like another text. Crap, he didn't come through.
Dang it. So then Ben texts back, that's the same effect of the guy who nabbed Shannon. The blurring, this guy can blur video of him, it looks like, and he sends that. And when he sends that, then he looks up at everyone and goes, so I got a video clip from Mr. Vidius, looks like that guy is actually on the prowl again. He can he can mess with video, it seems like, of him. And he goes in and shows that video clip.
Is that right now? Like what's going on right now? Or how old is this?
Pretty recent. Let me see if
There's a timestamp on the video. It came from about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
Okay. 10 minutes ago. Okay. Are we able to see where it's at?
No.
Like the club?
No, it's not. It's not a club. It looks like this was outside somewhere.
What about the picture of the woman or the person?
There is. It would have been a clear shot if this person, whatever is causing them to blur effect-wise, wasn't like over her face. So it's like,
okay,
that's how you can tell that there's somebody there. It's like, they're whoever they were. It's like blurred and fuzz, kind of static. Like you can't really make out where they are. So if they pass over something, it's like their buzz or whatever, their blur puts like this Gaussian blur over the person.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So you'll see them there, and then you'll see where they come into focus, but you don't really get a good shot of the person's face because they're kind of leaning back and the angle is kind of blurred too because of the person in front of them.
Is this what La Sombra looks like on camera? Do we know?
And Daedalus looks and he says that would align. Yes.
Huh. Yikes.
Do we know where the photo was taken?
Perhaps you should ask him. I'm certain if that information was sent to him, he should know.
Yeah. So he goes ahead and Ben's like, where was this shot taken?
Okay, he gives a street corner where it was at, and it looks like it was actually, and he makes a note. It was like in the back alley of a in between like a bar and a row of restaurants.
Here in Ashland?
Yes. He said the comment says, my people tell me it was near Burrito Alarm.
It's like, this is near Burrito Alarm. That's not that far from here, is it?
Wait, the Burrito Alarm here at the cannery?
No. There's another one across town by Lily's old club.
Oh.
Okay.
P.S. Why don't we just call it Taco Bell? I never...
Because it's not Taco Bell. It's actually Burrito Alarm.
Why?
Because Taco Bell's a thing as well.
Okay.
Huh.
I mean,
well,
why have your colon blown out, at Taco Bell when you can have a 5-stage fire at Burrito Alarm?
Okay.
There you go. So Ben's all, yeah, we could head over there. What do you folks think? You got a few minutes to check out, unless we got something else to discuss.
Well, if this was 10 minutes ago, it's likely he's done feeding by now. Are we going to try to find the individual that they were feeding off of?
I mean, get some sort of clues, anything. If you guys don't want to go along, I understand, but I kind of feel like I need to be in the street.
I'm going to go, but let me scry on that area first, since we know where it's at, and see if I can see anybody that's maybe lying in the alley somewhere or anything like that.
Sure.
So we're not driving up on something that could get us in trouble later.
Yeah, go for it.
You know that I'm going to go with you.
Of course.
The party. Okay, so I will pull out her little collapsible bowl and bottle of water or canteen of water she carries on her, and
Begin to scry. Okay. Difficulty 7, intelligence and occult.
Something just occurred to me. You know, he would be a prime suspect for the other death.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You mean the exsanguinated death?
Yes.
Yeah, we still haven't figured that one out yet. This could be that guy.
Figure that out.
So it cancels out one of the successes, but that would be 3 total.
Okay. So, I mean, you get a nice kind of, as you're scrying, a wide shot of the area. The that whole restaurant area, a lot of cars. It's pretty hopping right now. You know, burrito alarm, koala detour, all of them.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to narrow in on like the alleyway area that we saw where the video was.
It's right behind that building. It's like it happened between the bar and that row of restaurants.
Okay. So I'm gonna look to see if there's anybody that looks. I know I can't tell what that person looked like, but I can see if there's anybody that might be, I don't know, out of it, disoriented, possibly passed out on the side. I mean, anybody that might look like they just got fed off of. If they survived. Basically looking for a body at this point.
You actually don't find any. Which would tell you either if the person was like knocked out or possibly killed, they were hidden, or they're probably still alive.
Well, I don't see anything indicating they left him behind after they fed. So either they're still alive or they've hidden the body somewhere if they killed him.
Right. Okay.
So we probably should be okay to go, but I don't see any body that we're going to run into.
Okay. At least, not that you're seeing. Yeah. We'll take a look. All right.
Is it quite busy there right now with the restaurants and stuff?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's quite populated. So he was pretty ballsy to do that with so many people around.
Well,
Maybe they thought they were just necking.
Yeah, possible. Although, yeah, if that's the guy, he might still be in the area, maybe. Maybe he's not done. Let's go take a look. So, Ben goes ahead and takes off with people in tow.
Damaris, give me a wits and alertness check real quick before you break your scry.
Okay. Alertness. Okay. 7.
So when Seth and Ben stand up, she instantly grabs for his hand.
Yeah, and Ben immediately reaches for it too.
Okay.
Damn. 7.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're at this point, before you're wrapping anything up, you're kind of making some last minute review of the area. You're not zooming in or anything, but you're kind of just looking at the area, trying to see if anything stands out. And you actually see a, hold on one second. Here we go. You actually see a cream-colored golden retriever. And it's got it actually is like kind of walking around a little bit. It's got a collar and it has a GoPro attached to it.
Do I see, are they just, does it seem like they're very intelligent walking around, or are they, when I say intelligent, I mean, it's not like just a dog looking to get pets for people. Like, does it seem to have a purpose?
The dog does seem to have a purpose, but it doesn't seem to be acting like you would act. You know, it still seems to be battling some of its urges to it'll look over at a trash can and look away and start looking at something, and then, start sniffing something, for the scent. And you'll see it walk up and mark its territory.
So it's acting like a dog.
Yeah, it's still sort of acting like a dog, but more like
Seems
a trained
controlled.
dog. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. That's weird. There's a dog, a retriever with a GoPro on. Seems like they're Seems like they're just kind of not wandering around, but and I know it seems weird to say there's a dog with a GoPro on its back, but this dog seems like it's being controlled.
That's got to be Mr. Vidius,
Vidius?
and that's probably
Oh.
the camera person.
Well, okay. Well, the dog kind of blends in, but I mean, I did spot it, so I guess now I know what to look for him.
Yeah, he's got a lot of different friends. They all do different things. He knows what he's doing. He's got that down.
Wait till you meet his cat.
Yeah,
He has a cat too.
Oh, yes. A
big cat.
Very big cat.
Like a Maine Coon.
Oh, no.
Like a mountain lion.
Oh,
Oh, isn't that like the one that the trailer?
Yep, same one.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I can see how that would be useful.
Yeah,
Well, we're losing time. We probably should get going.
right. So, Trudy, Daedalus, you coming along, or you heading off?
I'm game.
So Daedalus at this point bows out. He says, I realize you were about to do something. I'm going to follow up on something else. And Trudy, I will speak to you soon.
Very well. It's I'm glad you could join us for a little meeting.
Of course. And he bows politely to everyone here. It was nice making your acquaintance officially outside of the wedding circumstances.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Have a good night.
So I'm gonna need a ride.
Well, hop on in. So, yeah,
Okay, so the
takes a few in his car.
two
drive off.
vehicles head on out. It takes about another 20 minutes to get from where you're at to there, again, because of traffic. Cutting through downtown Ashland is getting kind of difficult now because it's getting there. From what you're noting, some of the lanes occasionally are closed down because they have broken ground and are constructing a stadium on the outskirts of downtown.
Wow.
All right. So, find a place to park, of course.
Sure.
And I take it is still like probably happening. Like, plenty of people.
Mhm.
around?
Yep, there's still plenty of people, out here. Let's see. Where did that go? Nope. Okay. But
you
yeah,
know, burglar alarm in their fifth meal crowd.
yes.
That's a good point.
But yes, I mean, you pull up. There's all four restaurants that have got something going on. Some of them got people just kind of revolving through their drive-through. Otherwise, the inside of the buildings look like they're pretty full. People getting out. Most of them probably college-age students getting out and getting their last meals or whatnot for the night from classes that have let out or whatever. And then, of course, the bar that sits on the other side that had been Lily's. So you guys are familiar with this neck of the woods here.
I would like to kind of take a sweeping look with Auspex.
Yeah, same here.
Sure.
Ditto.
Ditto, you provincial putz. Sorry, it's a comment from Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
Let's see. Perception.
And his name is John C.
I have brain farted. I'm sorry. Aura is perception and awareness.
If you were attempting, if you were attempting to aura percept, it is perception and empathy.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Difficulty 8.
Yeah.
Perception, empathy.
Oh, difficulty 8. That's right. I have
Yeah.
0. Oh, actually, that would be a botch because I have no successes and 1.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's always fun.
2.
Dos. Everybody got the rolls in?
Yes.
Okay.
So 2 here.
So 2, 2, and Botch.
Yeah.
What about Trudy?
Trudy is just looking around.
Trudy is just a looking. So go ahead and roll perception and awareness then. Because you're just generally looking for anything that's out of the ordinary.
And I probably should get a character sheet.
That would help too, yes. Yes. Unless you would like to relent.
No.
We like relenting in LARP.
You said wits and alertness?
No, perception and awareness.
Perception and awareness?
Yes. Looking for the Nendor.
Did it come up?
No, try it again.
Do I just do a space?
Yeah.
Yeah, so /MM, and then the syntax will start coming up. Space, your dice pool, and then space the difficulty.
Nice.
Nice.
It's a nice roll.
Wow. Un momento. For some reason, I had notes for the superhero game in the vampire folder. I need to move those.
Realities are bleeding together again.
They are, yes. Hey, damn it! So what'd you get?
3.
3. Okay.
You can't see it.
Okay, so those of you looking around with, Persephone, to start, you end up looking around and you catch sight of one of the illuminated windows with the signs and whatnot. The lighting catches you just right, and you now have a splitting migraine. Owie. You are temporarily blinded for a round because of such. You will be at an increased in difficulty for the rest of the game until you can do something to heal the migraine, which in essence would just be burning a point of blood.
Yes, I'll be burning a blood point.
Okay.
It's like bursting a blood vessel too, ironically.
Pretty much what it is, yeah. Just like, ow. Damaris and Ben, you start looking around for any auras that are kind of out of the ordinary. It is a bit difficult, given the fact that there's a lot of people here and there's a lot of electricity. Electricity, of course, throwing that off because electricity does give off its own. That's where the whole aura thing comes from in the first place.
Right.
As you're kind of looking around, based on what you look in the store in all the storefronts, most everybody is pretty happy, pretty chill. They're enjoying themselves. Very few instances of culinary distress from any of the particular restaurants. Anybody kind of holding their stomach and feeling upset. So it looks like these kids, may have been having a great time. You do, however, both of you pick up on one individual who is currently in the Koala Detour restaurant. And she seems she obviously you can't see what she's see or hear what she's talking about, but her particular aura is one of a little bit of apprehension and concern, probably regarding her health.
Okay.
Trudy, as you are looking around and trying to find anything out of the ordinary, you end up seeing a cream-colored golden retriever walking across the street. And it looks both ways, to make sure that there's no cars coming. And then it kind of trots off across the street as if it's following something.
I'll point him out and say, "There's the cameraman."
Oh,
Oh,
Hey.
sure enough.
hey, he's being
Like-
a good boy. Watch
He's
crossing the
going,
road. Look at that.
he's going somewhere on purpose.
Yeah, at the same time, there's a lady in the Koala Detour that might be the victim. It seems
we-
like they're looking bad.
Should we split up?
Do you want me to go and check on her?
If you think you can play nice and see what's up with her,
Where
what do you
you
think?
are. I'll always play nice for you.
All right. All right, then.
Hey, I'll be back.
Ben gives her a kiss as she goes off, and then he's like, all right, yeah, the rest of us, let's go follow a dog.
Okay, so Persephone, as you go walking in to the Koala Detour restaurant, the layout, they've got a section up here where you collect your utensils and chopsticks if you'd like it. They've got a long buffet. Basically, the inside looks very much like a Panda Express.
Okay.
Where
She
you
will.
can get your bowls or your larger bowls or so and so
She will
forth.
get a small bowl and just put some food in it and grab a drink.
Okay.
And then she'll head over to where the girl is.
Okay. So you can see the girl. She's actually with two of her friends right now, and they seem to be consoling her a little bit. And you can actually overhear her just saying, mention something effective, lightheaded.
So she'll stop and look over at them, and she will present a look of concern herself. And she will ask, "Is everything okay? You don't look that good."
Why don't you give me a charisma and expression check? Difficulty 7 because you're a total stranger.
That's when you use presents.
If I had it.
And maybe I should have done it because I have it.
I'm pretty sure everybody else in the room except for her has
Yep.
it.
Right, yeah, that's the
The
irony
person
here.
who doesn't have the social skills is the one that's going to go interrogate the person.
Which is funny because I'm the one that's on the path.
One success.
One success. Okay. And so they kind of look at you a little funny, but not like terribly. And they're like, no, she's fine. Just something didn't sit well with her, and she's feeling a little lightheaded. All of them are wearing clothing that would denote that they attend the university here. So like they've got a sweater on that's got like the logo on it. One's got a shirt. So they're college kids.
She's gonna sweep her hair from her face, hoping that maybe one of them would recognize her as Persephone, the hip hopper.
Oh boy.
Wow. Okay, so you're going to lean into it. So why don't you go ahead and give me? You know what? Actually, that's up to them. Hold on. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to see if they recognize DJ Hip Hopopotamus. My rhymes are bottomless. I just think it's funny you're leaning into it after spending all that time going like, eh.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, but she'd do anything for Ben.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Especially now.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay, so the woozy girl is actually like, hey, aren't you like DJ Hip Hopopotamus?
Yes, I am actually.
So they're like, oh well, cool. I didn't know you came to Koala Express or Koala Detour.
Oh, they have the best food. One of my favorites. Could I join you guys?
And they're like, sure. and they kind of clear some space at the table that they're sitting at. So those of you following the doggo, you see he's moving at a decent clip, and he's actually moving in between buildings at this point, and kind of going. He's not stopping. He's being a good boy. He's not stopping to sniff anything additional. Or mark his territory. He's actually clearly, tracking something. Kind of making his way around. He'll sniff a little bit occasionally and then go off in another direction. Like he's following something. And he, you end up seeing that he pauses real quick to the extent that you guys almost like run up on him. And he kind of turns, and he looks, and just kind of like does, the uncomfortable kind of dog like look around for a second and takes a couple steps forward and then moves like off to the side.
So Ben's gonna look around using Auspex again to see if he can catch anything that's like invisible or off in the area.
Okay, go ahead and roll again.
Yeah, same.
Trudy?
I guess I will use Auspex this time.
Yes.
If we have to twist your arm, right?
I mean, everybody else.
Everybody else is doing it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Come in, you royal
2, 4,
bull.
5, 6, 7, 6 with the 1.
How much?
6.
Good grief.
Yeah, I rolled 2 10s, 9, 6, 6, and a 1, but my 10s explode, so.
Yeah. 0 from me.
Okay. Trudy?
3.
Okay. So, Ben, it's a little darker than you anticipated. So as you're looking around, you're not picking up whatever's being put down.
Okay.
In short, you're probably a little focused on the dog or distracted or something. You're not picking up what you thought. Damaris and Trudy, you guys end up seeing another shape a little bit further down the alleyway, and it looks like this person happens to be feeding on a bum.
Gonna nudge Ben. Over there.
So then Ben takes a look, like where she's pointing. Can Ben?
When they pointed out what it was the position that the person's in. They're not standing. He's kind of hunkered down. So it was because it's a back alley and near some trash bins. Where they're at and the fact that they're not moving around it blended in really well.
Gotcha. Okay. So then
What's our
Ben.
strategy?
Oh yeah. So he's like, can either of you go invisible? I've never seen either of you do that, but
No.
I have obfuscate 1. That's it.
okay. The two of you can keep following here. I'm gonna see if I can go around, take the long way, see if we can come at him from 2 angles, just to see if we can talk to him. Try to keep following him, but don't make any sudden moves until I'll text both of you.
Okay.
All right.
So then Ben goes and tries to find a way to kind of just leave this area, but make a way around so that like he'll be on one side of this dude wherever he's at, and the ladies are on the other side of the dude.
Okay. So everybody roll your stealth.
Stealth.
Just straight stealth.
No, dex and stealth.
Oh, right.
If you have celerity, you will add that to it.
Oh,
nice.
okay. This is a lot better than I expected. Okay.
1.
All
Because
right.
it made up for all those successes before.
Clearly.
I still got 1 though.
I get 6 successes.
Nice.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Very, very
she's
sneaky.
she's a ninja, and Ben got 4
I
successes.
have 1 point in stealth.
Me too. Very nice.
Oh, I'm supposed to add my specialty in there. Oh well. Anyway, I mean the word,
Yeah.
which I forgot. But
Yeah,
yeah.
no
Okay.
worries. And Dale?
4 successes.
Wow. Okay, so the ladies, Damaris is having some trouble. She's moving a lot slower than you might anticipate. Trudy, however, is like, it ain't nothing but the thing. This is the reason why she trains so much with Agaya. She's just like, man, this really came in handy.
She now is Batman.
Yeah, pretty much.
I did.
Did you know?
You
Did you know
about
he did that at a college graduation, like where the students are all graduating, and he came up, I think, as like an honorary graduate or something like that, and where they give the life speech, and he
Yeah,
says,
right.
I only have 2 words to share to you. For the rest of your life, you can take this with you anywhere you go. And he's like, and he leans and he says, "I'm Batman," and that was it.
that's amazing.
That's pretty awesome.
So
Uh,
as you guys are sneaking around and getting in position, Ben, as you get in the other, kind of walking around in the other position, and kind of hunkering down in a low stance that, on another side of a dumpster to keep from being in direct line of sight, you end up feeling a paw like push up against you, a big paw,
okay, take a look.
and you ended up like ducking down right next to an already hidden mountain lion.
Mhm.
Okay.
So it looks at you and just says, "Ma," because they don't actually meow. That's what they sound like. They just walk around.
Right.
They're like, "Ma, ma."
They do purr.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
can purr, but like when they don't have that meow capability, like you're normal,
Right.
it sounds more like someone from the Bronx just letting you know, like, "Hey."
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Ben looks and goes and like points at where the dude is.
So you see the mountain lion at this point just kind of nimbly and quietly just boop, boop, hops up on top of the dumpster and slowly starts walking forward.
Okay.
Is he all like ninja crouching? You can't see my hands. Is he like? Is he like? Is he like stalking like a big cat
Yeah.
stalks?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Man, good thing Sophie's not here. She would hate just even seeing that dude fight, just feeding off the
Yep.
bum.
She was like,
Right.
I'm going to stay
She'd
right here.
have to like
Um,
go that way.
She's like good riddance.
She would have
Yeah.
failed her stealth check getting anywhere
Mhm.
near it. You would have heard.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna go check on the girl.
I know
Yeah,
exactly.
precisely. Yeah, she would have immediately volunteered.
I'll trade places. So
Look at the time.
as he gets done and looks up, the guy is about ready to walk away. He's in a beat up denim jacket, emphasis on beat up, like it's got a lot of wear and tear. He's got some denim jeans on. Looks like they were probably fashionable 10 years ago, like maybe a little bit longer. It's got that stonewashed look to him. He's got just a regular shirt on, and it looks like he's reaching for a backpack.
Okay.
He has kind of dark red hair, and a palish complexion. Short, by the way, short red hair.
Does he look like anyone we?
No,
Okay.
no, not completely unfamiliar.
Okay.
Okay.
The person that he was feeding on, are they moving at all?
Yeah, slowly, but yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, because we don't have. Darn it. Okay. If Ben is at a good angle, he's gonna see if he can. He brings out his phone. He mutes it. He turns off the flash, and he tries to like take a picture of this guy and see if it comes up blurry.
Yeah, it comes up blurry. I mean, as soon as
Okay.
you pull the camera up, it can't pick him up.
Got it. Okay, well, it's just like fascinating. Okay. So he then goes ahead and texts Flames and Trudy in position, and we have V's cat with us too. Sense that.
Okay.
And Ben will just kind of watch to see where this guy goes or what he does.
So he gets up and he's actually starting to walk in your direction. Oh, that's a terrible roll. Yeah, and he doesn't. Not only does he not see you, he doesn't see the cat either.
Cool. Okay.
Perfect.
Let's see here.
Davy Jones just said, "Perfect."
Since I've got like a clear line of sight on him, I'm gonna try to use Auspics on him again one more time just to see what details I can pick up.
Stake him as he goes by you.
Go ahead and roll it for your aspects.
Ah, botch.
Oh no!
And I, because I'm watching him too. May I roll?
Yeah, go ahead. Boy, I played that sound prophetically. I gave Homer's dough, and then
3.
you turned around and botched. You got 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ben, at this point, as you get up and try to focus and stare at him, some trash like falls accidentally like right in your eye that had been hanging off the dumpster. So
Okay.
like you just get a smear of like gunk or something, and you're just like, oh, that stings. What the hell is that? And in fact, give me a stamina check. Difficulty 6, obviously.
Would I include fortitude with that or no?
Yes.
Two successes.
Okay, so you don't make a sound.
Okay.
You're able to hold that in, but you're blinded temporarily until
Okay.
you for a round until you get your eyes cleared.
Man.
Yeah, it's weapon stuff.
Damaris,
Yes.
you end up seeing he's feeling a little more relaxed, probably like he's sated at this point, a little nervous, maybe because of where he's at, which would make sense if he's feeding. You know, you would always be a little nervous if somebody was watching, you know, with the idea that somebody's watching. And you get the impression that he's a little angry. Like he's got kind of a haze to his aura, like he's constantly, you know, in some sort of emotional turmoil.
Interesting. So I'm gonna signal to Ben, I guess via text, like, what's going on? Like, intercept him.
Ben, you don't. Yeah, you hear your text. Oh, you didn't mute your phone. So, Ben,
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he did.
said I muted my
Oh, did
phone
you? Okay.
Yeah, he
and
did.
then turned off the
okay.
flash.
So, there's obviously no text back at this point, Damaris, for a
Okay.
second. And the guy, Davey's all beefy.
I'm gonna probably creep closer so I don't lose distance to him.
Sure. He's like right on top of you and the cat at this point, and he jumps. He's like, Jesus! And that's right at the moment where Ben is like clearing his eyes and getting whatever the heck got smeared in his face, like out of it.
Best not think too hard about that.
Yeah, so Ben's like,
Trash can juice.
right. Like, Ben's like, whoa, pal. Hey, yeah, sorry about that.
Ah.
Jeez. Yeah, don't mind the cat. Noticed you prowling the area. Don't think I know you.
And so it, the mountain lion is like perched and like hunched, kind of growling a little bit, giving that guttural, like, I'm about ready to pounce sort of look. Its ears are kind of tucked back. And he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Who are you?
Name's Ben Baxter. Need to ask you a few questions. Seems like you're new in the area, and you happen to fit a little bit of the description of someone who did one of us dirty not too long ago. Hoping you got a few moments to talk.
I don't see how I could have done anybody dirty. I haven't been here that long. It's like looking around, like, he's got his hands out, like, holy crap.
I'm going to step
The
out.
dog rolls up, behind him, past
Yeah.
Trudy and Damaris.
I'm going to step out at that point and
Yeah.
say, "What's your name?"
And so he's like, oh, crap. Looking around and got his hands out, at this point. Ho, 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 ho. My name's Ryan.
How long have you been here, Ryan?
I've only been here like 2 weeks at best.
Where are you from, son?
And he's like looking around and he says, are you guys vampires?
Are you?
Well, that's why I'm asking. Isn't there like some sort of protocol or something?
Yeah, there typically is. But first off, how long have you been one? It's pretty obvious what we all are at this point. We've seen what you've been doing a little bit, and some of what you can do is something someone else can do that's been doing us wrong recently.
Since 1999.
Okay. So if I asked you if you were an anarch, would that make any sense to you?
Yeah, I'm an anarch.
Excellent. Well, and first off, as the sweeper of Ashland, welcome. Sorry if it's kind of weird.
What's a sweeper? Is that like
boy.
a sheriff or something?
Not entirely. You said you're a anarch, eh?
Admittedly, I haven't had a whole lot of contact with anarchs, and he's still got his hands up.
Mhm.
So I'm not like up on all the lingo. You're not here to like sweep me under the rug, are you?
No. Sweepers around for security, making sure anyone who comes in or out of a territory is who they say they are, and they're not going to do anybody dirty in town while they're in town.
Okay. Can I put my hands down and can you call off the cat?
So Ben goes over to the cat and like kind of pets it and goes, It's okay, stand down."
So it doesn't have like an offensive stance. It just kind of looks at you and just says "meh," and just kind of stays like in position. It's still upright a little bit and sits down, but it could still leap forward if it has to.
Okay. Then Ben's like, "Yeah, I know we kind of crept up on you like that, but, well, like I said before, you can do a few of the things that the perp that we're after can do. You don't show up on a camera."
You didn't happen to feed earlier on a woman, did you?
Yeah. She didn't die or nothing. I don't carry any sort
No.
of diseases that I know of. That's like okay, right?
That's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
as
And
long
then
as
he
you're
goes
not
like,
murdering
"Oh,
people.
crap, hold that thought." And so he like just walks over to the bum, and he says, and he just looks at, and he pulls him up. The bum's kind of like doing this, and he just goes, "Forget." And the bum's just like, and kind of sits back down, and he walks back and he says, we should probably take this elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, fair enough. So Ben starts to walk like out of the alley, and like if there's anywhere that's nearby that's like kind of out of earshot of
Yeah,
groups of people.
you could go around the corner from where this was, and if you're not talking really loud, you could get far enough away from this homeless person to be obscured.
Okay.
Because
So that's
basically,
where he tries-
this is just another building that was across the street from where you guys were at. Which
Okay.
at this point it's closed because the office spaces are typically open during the day.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so he'll try to lead the group to that out of the way spot around the
Okay.
corner. Then he's like, "All right, well, Ryan, like I said, Ben, we got Damaris and Trudy.
Howdy.
Hi. Sorry, I didn't know that this was an anarch town. Like I said, I'm not in the know a lot, so I was just trying to stay low.
Were you just trying to pass through, or I mean, like, what was your end goal?
I try to
End-
pass through everywhere if it's all the same.
So you're not looking to stay.
Nobody's really ever invited me to stay anywhere. So I tend to keep on the outside. Why? That's a thing.
Oh. Well,
Seems
yeah.
like you've been alone quite a while. No one's ever tried to make friends, have you hang out in their territory?
No, God, no.
Why is
Why?
that?
I've been to a court. I think that's what they called it. It didn't look like a court. I didn't see anybody in a wig, and nobody seemed to be rapping anything with a gavel or
Camarilla.
anything.
Right.
But it wasn't. Yeah, it didn't seem like. It just didn't seem right. So
And you're right about that feeling.
okay.
Yeah, there's a few big groups. That group, they're the Camarilla, if you've ever heard that term. They have pretty strict rules. The Anarchs, we try to maintain our freedom while having at least some ground rules. So,
That's the extent of my knowledge right there.
okay.
You never heard about Ashland?
Should I have heard of Ashland? That's the second time you've mentioned that. Is this like important?
Ashland
or
is
something?
considered, yes, actually. Ashland is considered a anarch territory.
Oh,
It's,
how does
There
that
are
work?
the first
certain
anarch
factions.
city
Mhm.
in a long, long time.
Okay.
It's kind of a big deal.
Okay. Again, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on your guys' big deal.
You're
That's
not
completely
stepping on
fine.
it.
Yeah, we're just making sure that everything's kosher. I hope you understand. Thing is, between the different sects, that's what we each are effectively. There's kind of some bad blood, and there's some people from different sects that, well, they do terrible things. So we're just trying to keep everyone safe.
Like the Sabbat.
Mm-hmm.
So, you've heard of them.
Heard of
Good.
them, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I know them. They're why I am who I am.
You
Gotcha.
Lasagna?
That's what I was told. Yeah, after I got hit upside the head with a shovel.
Oh, one of them.
Typical.
You-
You've been around since '99, but you never had any mentor or anything.
I do my best to try and stay away from everyone and everything. This is probably the most conversation I've had with vampires ever.
So
Well-
they hit you upside the head with a shovel, buried you in the ground. I mean, that's why they call you shovel heads. And when you got up, what do you remember? Were people
Them
around
laughing.
you? Them laughing at
them
you?
laughing. They did it as a joke.
And then they just sort of left you? Or
You
what?
could say that. I think they were probably anticipating me going and doing something, and I learned real quick what the hunger was like.
Mm. Yeah, so yeah. It's probably good that you did get away at that point because Yeah, they clearly had no intention of keeping you around.
No, that I know.
Well, then, welcome to Ashland. You
Uh,
don't like them, we like you.
what? Thanks. That's a first. Sorry, you're gonna have to. I'm apprehensive for a reason. I'm not. I'm not used to talking to any of you. I'm usually in and out and gone, as quickly as possible.
Okay. Well, if you are planning on passing through and moving on, you should probably be aware of what areas to possibly avoid. Um,
Okay, I'll take whatever advice you want to give.
yeah, I mean, perhaps not right now, but maybe you should stay a spell and meet our Baron.
I, do I have to like kiss a ring
No,
or something like swear
no.
fealty or?
No, we're not like that. Other sects are, but
Okay,
again, we focus on freedom. As long as you're willing to follow simple, basic rules like don't murder human beings, which you're doing good so far. Appreciate
And
that.
covering your tracks. The only
it's
reason when we picked you up is because well, we have eyes in places.
I've run into that before.
Yeah.
I've never quite run into dog with a GoPro and mountain lion stalking me, but I've run into that before.
We're a little
I get what you're
unconventional
understanding.
here.
I'm sorry, what was that?
We're a little unconventional here.
Clearly, yeah.
And paranoid.
Well, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you, right?
That's right.
Unfortunately, yeah, you're not wrong there, Ryan. Yeah, so I mean, there's plenty more of us to meet. If you're willing to stay in town for a spell, wouldn't mind. Again, as long as you're willing to keep your nose clean. I know how hard it is going from place to place, especially if you're doing that on your own. That's got to be rough.
I mean, yeah, it is, and I had to learn trial and error, about the whole feeding and
Well,
commanding them to
truthfully,
like forget and stuff like that.
I mean, if you're looking to learn more, I mean, there's definitely people around that are willing to help that because at this point, there's just too many risk factors of just you being captured, not knowing where you're wandering into, or who you're affecting. So yeah, I
Okay.
think.
I don't exactly have a place to stay. Obviously, I was anticipating getting in and out. Um, so, I mean, if you have a suggestion, like a safe spot, I'm happy to stick to that area, like a cordon or whatever you call it.
Are you financially okay? Or are you no
The
rough?
the last crook I took money off of had some bills, so I'm okay in that front.
There's a lodge south of town called Callahan's. You can stay there for a couple of nights. It's safe for.
I can't afford that. That's like I passed that coming in. That was like some rich center for people that have like lots of money and want to get away and look like be a part of nature.
You tell them Trudy sent you. They'll hook you up.
For real?
I own the place.
Oh. Okay. Thanks.
Just don't make trouble. You'll be fine a couple of nights.
No, I won't make any trouble. I swear.
All right, good deal. Appreciate that, Trudy. Yeah, and I'll make sure to let the Baron know. The Baron is effectively our leader. They guide us and are essentially not as strict as other princes and Camarilla towns, or whatever the heck they've got exactly for the Sabbat, the bishops, or whatever that is. But yeah, so I'm sure she'll want to talk to you and meet you at least once. And again, welcome to Ashland. If you want to stay, I'm sure there's plenty of us who'd be willing to hang out and teach you what you need to know. It's better that you know how things work than just kind of stumble around. I know you've been around for a couple of decades, but you'd surprised how much you miss if you don't have anybody explain certain things to you.
What's it going to cost me?
Time.
Yeah, just time. We're
That's all
not
you got.
looking for cash from you.
So
Think
you're
of it
willing to teach me this stuff and like I don't owe you anything for it? That seems kind of like really one-sided, right?
It's the Anarch way.
Well, truthfully, it also helps build connections and resources and stuff for everybody. So if you know people, if you run into a situation potentially later, it's who you know too.
I know nobody.
Well, you know us now.
Well, I've met you, but yeah, I officially know no one.
Okay.
So you have no worries there about me calling up friends and having them come by. I've got none.
completely fine. Yeah, admittedly, you're not going to get this type of deal in other towns, I'm sure, but we do what we can to try to foster trust with our own. There's some who are older and used to older ways. They want to exchange boons. It's like an
Yeah, that's it.
IOU.
Yeah. Like mafia stuff, right? I picked up on some of that at that court that I went to.
Yeah, that happens more in other towns, and once in a while you might run into that for something impressive here, but just to make sure you get back on your feet, you know what's going on. I don't see any of us really asking anything of you. Just do what you're doing so far. Make sure you stay in the down low. Don't show anybody what you actually are in case you don't know. That is called the masquerade.
That's the one rule I do know.
Got it. Yep. And what you've been doing, making sure nobody dies, that's good too. We try to keep things clean here. Sometimes piece of garbage just gets past the law, and there's going to be exceptions there, but when you're feeding, what you're doing, that's good, cleaning, keeping your tracks clean. And otherwise, we're going to want to try to make sure we're in contact. Do you happen to have like a phone that you use, anything like that on you?
No. Who's going to call me?
That's true. He has no friends.
Yeah, right, Flames. That's true. So anyway, maybe hey, Trudy, not to put you on the spot, but you think we could get this guy a phone he could have for his own?
Sure. One of the special ones, or
I mean, if you can hack it, I'm all out of special phones. I don't just carry those around on me. I know you don't either, but you got your people who can accomplish stuff. So
what's a special phone? Is that like a Star Trek flip phone or something? I mean,
no, it's like encrypted. It's got like extra security on it.
Oh.
That way, it's a little better when we're.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
I can have one sent down to Calhan's.
do I need to pay for this? I mean, it seems really off that I'm getting this for free.
Well, I don't really know how that sort of thing works, but
Is there something I can do
set up.
labor-wise? Obviously, I don't have a whole lot of cash, but
Just keep a low profile. Don't, what Ben said, don't leave a mess. I do encourage you to meet the Baron and others, just so you have, again, people that you at least are acquainted with,
and
even if not
like
friends.
everybody here is as cool as you three, because like this is like
No.
way uncommon.
Almost everyone. There's got to be some who are older, and we're talking like centuries, who
Oh wow.
they're anarchs, but they're kind of used to older ways. Like we get a lot of our newcomers from different sects. once in a while from the Sabbat, mostly from the Cam, but sometimes they just join us outright because, well, they're just misfits or orphans, effectively, or whatever. So there
Okay,
you have
well,
it.
that kind of fits my description then.
You said you've been staying, just moving around. Where all you been?
Where haven't I been? Toledo, Dallas, Denver, Billings, Joplin, and St. Louis.
You have any useful or interesting news about the state of those places that you passed through?
No. Like I said, I don't meet people. I tend to find that there's a lot of hostility out there, so I keep to myself. I pass through as quickly as I can and as quietly as I can, and I move on.
Oh, good. At least you know how to keep a low profile.
Well,
That
they
is
were
the one
talking.
thing I have learned to almost perfection.
While this talking's going on, Ben's gonna go ahead and text Seth and say, "Meet us at," and I look to see like if there are nearby cross street signs or whatever.
It's across the street and the office park. Yeah.
Okay.
Us at the dumpster at.
Right. Like, oh boy, yeah. So go ahead and tell her. Go ahead and meet us. We're talking to the
Take a
newbie.
turn at the tree stump, go down the alley. Uh-oh, was that Riley?
That was Riley. I can't believe you heard that. He's on the floor. Well, he was in my room. Apparently, he thinks like he's the only one here.
Oh, yeah. That's a Riley thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I send that message, then go, well, excellent. Yeah. Let's see. So, a couple of things to know. There is a bad dude on the prowl out there. That's why we were on the prowl. He can somehow. Well, there's a couple of bad dudes actually. One can do what you can do, which is make themselves blurry, but I take it that's because of your clan. That tends to be what happens there when it comes to trying to take pictures or video.
Oh, I don't come up on video?
You're blurry.
Yeah, you
Oh,
you blur.
Wow, that's helpful. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It can be, yeah.
Well, it sometimes presents more problems than solutions.
But yeah, there's somebody who's been doing that and has been hassling us. And there's another dude who's actually been hassling Damaris here.
My favorite stalker.
Yeah, he's
You
one
got
of
more
those.
than one?
This
Yeah.
is the first in a while.
So yeah, just be aware of anybody who's just kind of skulking around. Don't have a lot of details, unfortunately, but just be aware of that. And then Ben turns to Flames and goes, "So, isn't Lilith Park more or less safe now because he's sleeping, or is that still off limits?"
I mean, it's preferred that you try to stay away from it, but humans and stuff are gonna go there, but just don't go digging.
Yeah, so there's a Lilith
Okay.
Park, just
Lithia?
maybe
Lithia Park.
or Lithia Park. Yes, that's right.
Lilith
Yeah.
Park. Uh-oh.
What is that?
It's
Lith-
my park.
Yeah. Oh no. So yeah, Lithia Park. There's an old one sleeping somewhere amongst that area, and it's kind of his grounds. So just kind of give that area a wide berth, but most other places are decent. Oh, and there's a club called the Web. A couple of werewolves, believe it or not. Those are a thing if you didn't know.
No, I knew about them.
Okay. Yeah, so a couple of them, they're actually on our side, but if you go in, just make your presence known to the owners. That way they're aware you're not just kind of in there, somebody brand new trying to do something funny.
Yeah, if it's all the same, I'm just gonna give it a wide berth.
You don't strike
That
me as
works.
much of a clubbing person.
No.
Excellent, excellent. Well, all right. So do you have a way of getting then to Callahan's? It sounds like you're able to make your way, like you got a car or a bike or something.
Oh yeah. No, I've got a bike.
All right, good deal, good deal. Okay, well, that dead end on one end, but new friend on the other. So
Yeah.
not too bad so far. You have any questions while you've got us right here about anything related to this
And
stuff?
Persephone comes up at this point. It's not like it would have taken that too terribly long.
Yes, she would have. She would have excused herself and then hopped on over. And when she arrives, she will plant one on Ben.
Hey, babe.
Hey,
So meet Ryan. Ryan, this is Persephone. Call her Seth.
please call me Seth.
Okay,
Does
Seth.
he recognize her?
Oh no.
DJ, he is young. I mean,
She gives Damaris that look.
you're embracing it and all. It gets funnier every time. Anyway,
Yeah, so Ryan, you got any questions before we split apart here?
I mean, I'm sure I will eventually, but not at this point.
Okay. All right. Well, you know where the Callahan's place is already, it sounds like. You're able to make your way there. You're going to get your phone there, thanks to Trudy. Appreciate that again, Trudy. And
So he's not the one we were looking for?
he's
No.
not. No, he's relatively new to town. New anarch. He did not get a lot of teaching or training. That sound familiar? That's pretty typical, sounds like.
Well, I didn't get anything off the girls. Told her to drink some orange juice and she doesn't remember anything.
Call you in the morning.
Okay. All right. Well, good deal. She's okay. Everyone here's all right. You got a place to stay now, and Trudy also. Once he gets that phone, if you could pass that number off to the Baron, that way she can get in contact with him too. Appreciate that.
Sure.
Oh, and by the way, be careful where you do feed because even though we're not Camarilla, there's still some who prefer their territory not be picked through.
Yeah, we were just telling him about Lithia Park, and now he knows about the web.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, yeah. No, I mean, I don't know, obviously, who has what for territory, but if you let me know, I'll be happy to stay away from it.
Yeah, this is typically my feeding grounds. So tread lightly, please.
Oh, well, sorry. Like I said, I didn't know. I didn't mean to cause any offense.
None taken.
Yeah, as you can tell, we're we don't harbor grudges like that typically. We know everyone starts off new. That's kind of how this place works. Ashland tends to be a little different from other Anarch places, though, because we're doing what we can to be organized. Things have been happening. I know you're not in the loop or anything, but maybe you will be in the next few nights.
So, what sect did you come from, or have you always been Anarch?
I'm not from a sect. I was attacked, beat up with a shovel, and buried.
The shovelheads.
Yes.
All right. Well, welcome to Ashland. Are you planning on staying?
I like I told them, I don't know. Um,
We've extended an invitation for him to stick around for a while, meet the Baron and all that, since, uh, he doesn't have any set things in stone.
Oh, it's the kitty. Hello, kitty cat.
nah,
How are you tonight?
nah.
That's good.
I should
Can you
probably start learning how to
can you understand him?
No.
I can.
Oh, are you
It's
going
up
to
to-
activate Feral Whispers?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and do that. What is he saying?
So now, so when he says that, he just looks at her and says, "Doofus says hi."
She's going to be laughing.
Who says hi?
So
Doofus.
he says
Oh,
Matt
doofus.
again, and which repeats as Doofus says hi.
He's agreeing with you.
Oh. All right, good cat. Well,
So since Damaris hears this, Doofus good boy.
okay.
I think I just got that he's referring to himself, maybe.
Oh, you're understanding him?
Yes, I can understand him. He calls himself Doofus, or at least that's what he's called.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Well,
So he walks up and headbutts Damaris, just poof, and start giving like a loud purr.
Oh, she'll pet him under the chin, all that, on the cheeks. They like that.
Yep. And so he's just kind of like and pausing for a second. And as soon as you stop, he's just like Matt, and he's just
Oh,
like Doofus would like more.
like more. All right, just she'll keep doing it. I mean,
Okay.
I need
she
to
doesn't always get to
learn.
heal or not hear or pet mountain lions. So
We need to learn how to do that.
yeah.
I
If we're
mean,
going to be dealing with Mr.
probably
V more
teach you.
often, probably
So
necessary.
yeah,
That's good.
Doofus is all like, "Oh, nice vampire lady." Doofus like vampire lady.
Now can I communicate with them as well? I haven't
Yeah.
used this in a while. Yeah, I'm like, you're a good cat, pet. She'll just hear meow meow meow.
That's
Back
all you
to him.
guys. That's all you guys hear. But she fully understands basically what he's trying to communicate. And
Yeah.
he's just like, "Yes, Doofus, good boy. Doofus, very good boy. Mommy loves Doofus."
Oh,
Huh.
Cute.
Well, Ryan, good to make your acquaintance. Hope we get to hear and see more from you in the coming nights. Hope you enjoy your stay at the Callahans.
Yeah. No, thanks again. I appreciate it. Again, I'm not used to this level of hospitality, so please don't take my apprehension the wrong way.
Understandable. Yeah. It's hard being alone, but hopefully you don't have to be anymore. You take care, and, well, folks, unless we got anything else, I guess I'll be on the patrol for a little bit, see what we can find.
Did you give it any thought about us going back to the Midnight Augury?
That's right. Yeah, we
you want to
can
go
if you
back
like.
there?
I need I need something. I need a pure silver mirror. Actually, I need 2 of them.
Pure silver mirror.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't call me crazy. I don't think you need to go to the Augury to get those. I'm sure you can find those around. No? Have you tried?
I haven't come across any, no. And they've got to be big enough to step through.
Oh,
Oh, is that the mirror walk?
Hmm.
Oh, okay. That spell. Yeah, that's true, actually. That might not be a bad idea. So we need a big silver framed mirror.
2.
2 of them.
Yep. I'm going to put it in my haven for a quick getaway.
Have you looked at any, I don't know, antique sort of places?
No, but I just did a search online. And the ones I did find, they're more than I can afford. So I figured that if I went to the Midnight Augury, maybe I could barter some rituals for the mirrors.
I see.
Yeah. So I mean, at that point, Ryan just kind of waves, and he's gonna
Okay.
make his way on out.
Normal.
Yep.
Yep. Hope to see you around.
Never can tell.
You'd be surprised.
All right. Well, I guess if anybody wants to head there, assuming they didn't move their spot, I don't think they do. But yeah, if anybody wants to come along, we can go check that out.
Yeah, I haven't been there since we went and sold the slab and bought the jewels and such, or the gems for that favor. So
I've never been. It sounds like it could be an interesting place.
It is that. Are we going to have to stop and get Dookie?
Yeah, I think so, unless you can think of another way to get past that seeing
The
without
card.
seeing card thing, yeah.
Well, I could use Obfuscate, but I'm sure that they've got means to.
you can pretty much count on it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's stop by Forfeit here. See if they're doing okay. You then gonna come along with Trudy?
Sure. Why not?
All right. So head back to our cars and then start headed to Forfeit here.
Sure. So you drive back across town to Forfeit here at the pawn store, which of course it is still open at this point. They have a sign out front that now says, "I assure you we are open."
I assure you.
So yeah, going inside. Hey there. So who's behind the counter right now? Is it Shannon?
It's
or...
Jim.
It's Jim, okay. Hey there, ladies, man. How's it going?
Oh, hey, boss. I'm kind of slow tonight, but it was hopping earlier on.
Gotcha. Business is good then, sounds like. Hey, is Shannon in?
Yeah, she's upstairs in her room.
Okay. Excellent. Ben goes ahead and walks upstairs and knocks. Hey, Shannon, it's Ben. You there?
Oh, hold on just one moment.
Sure thing.
Gotta
And
get
of
my
course-
moo-moo on.
As usual, I'm over looking at the jewelry.
Yeah, no problem. So she opens up the door.
Hey there, Pawn Star. Wondering if you had maybe an hour or two to bring Doogie along so we could visit the augury again.
Oh, sure, I can help with that. That's not a problem.
All right. Excellent. Yeah, we'll
I
take off
I
whenever
don't know
you're ready.
if Dougie wants to go though. It's been kind of dangerous out there lately.
Oh, really? Like in the spirit worlds or
Oh
something?
yeah.
What's been going on?
Oh,
As you said?
they're cracking down on the whole back and forth between the Skinlands and the Shadowlands.
Wow.
Oh, that would explain why nobody wanted to talk to Bobby.
You've been having trouble with that, true, Trudy?
Well, we just thought it would be handy to maybe get him some teaching from some of the other wraiths around town. Help him kind of figure out how to do things.
Yeah.
But fell across the way at the bar, he didn't want to talk to us. He said something about, well, it turned out that the wraiths that I was familiar with uh, are actually on the other side, which I didn't realize. Of course, can't see him
Oh,
anywhere.
but you know, your boy is on this side. You could always take him. What they don't know can't hurt him.
You don't think it would be dangerous for him at the?
No more dangerous as it is for any of us.
All right, suppose we could ask him if um, if Mr. Dougie is not going to be an option.
Yeah, if Dougie is kind of out of it right now because he doesn't want to handle that, if you can do that, Trudy, with Bobby, that'd be great.
We'll have to swing by the ranch and pick him up, though.
All right. Well, sure. Yeah.
Well, maybe that'll give us enough time. Maybe we should call Colin and see if it's moved.
That's a good point. Here, let me just shoot him a text here. So Ben will send a text to Colin to see if he knows if the Midnight Augury has moved. He'll call it the MA. Has the MA moved its location, or is it where it was before?
Okay. So he fires a text back, not too long after yours, and says he doesn't think it's moved. He hasn't heard anything.
And he goes, cool. Some of us are going to visit there again. Thanks for the info. Then he's like, yeah, no, according to Colin, it's probably still in the same spot, so probably ready to swing by the ranch.
And Shannon, if you are still going to come with us, I advise you stay close to us this time.
Oh, sure. Yeah. But no, I should probably stay here if that's the case. If all things considered, just, given everything that's happened.
That's fine, Shannon. Yeah. You take it easy. Has Jim been doing a good job here for you?
Oh, sure. Yeah, he's been a real big help, especially with the big ticket items. Need to get put up on the shelf and whatnot.
Excellent. Glad that's working out. All right. Well, we'll see you two later. I guess let's head to the ranch.
Okay. So you get, another short jaunt further outside of town to the ranch.
So
Traffic on the inside, people coming back and forth, shift change and whatnot.
So first, Trudy will ask Seth to send or take one of those encrypted phones down to Mr. Ryan at the lodge.
Oh, yeah, because he was just kind of going along with it. He's like, we're not giving one to Sasha?
I hadn't thought of that. Maybe bring an extra and see if she's interested.
Okay.
I don't know where she stands on the whole.
Who is this Ryan, ma'am?
He's
this is the third guest we've got there, so almost all of our rooms are booked.
Who's number 3?
Another new gentleman. Apparently he's here for Mr. Rivas. Goes by the name of Michael DeHaan.
Oh, okay. Well, good. At least one of them's paying for his room.
Well, yes.
Yeah, I don't know how Sasha feels about the whole phone situation, so maybe bring one and see if she's interested.
Sure. I can get that taken care of right away, ma'am. Was there anything else that you needed?
This Ryan fellow is former shovelhead, seems to be new in town. We're sort of doing the welcoming thing.
Oh, okay. Is there? Do we need to watch him while he's there, or?
couldn't hurt. I'm not too worried, but he's
Okay.
still a bit of an unknown, so it couldn't hurt.
I'll let the staff know then.
As for the rest of us, we're going to take a little jaunt down to the Midnight Augury. I'm going to go see if we could, if Bobby would like a little field trip.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, you're going with friends, so I think it's kind of beside the point. But you know how to reach us if something goes awry. Just let me know. I will have some people on standby just in case.
Excellent. So she'll just pat him on the elbow and then go to her office where she keeps Bobby's fetter.
Okay.
And kind of tap on it.
Okay. Well, that's not really how you would get his, his attention. You would know by this point that you can't really see him. You're either going to have to look with auspex or just call to him.
Yeah, that's fine. She'll just she'll tap on it and she'll say, "Bobby, sweetie, are you awake?"
So he eventually comes to the room and you hear a knock.
And she'll look around.
Okay, the door just kind of pushes open a little bit. He says, "See, look at that, Mom."
Oh wow! Look at you.
That's about all I can do, but
That's mighty big step.
but it's spooky, right? And kind he nudges it and moves a little bit, towards being closed.
It's very spooky, sweetie.
I've been working on it. I've been trying to, be of some kind of use. I don't like sitting around here and just, watching TV.
Well, that's wonderful. Listen, how would you feel about taking a little field trip with us?
Where to?
There's this a magic bazaar place called the Midnight Augury, and you need to do a little mind reading to get in. Apparently,
Mind reading. Okay.
none of us can do that, so we thought you might be able to help us out with that one.
Oh, sure. I mean, I'd be happy to try and help.
Wonderful. Word on the street is it can get a little bit dangerous, so we want to keep your wits about you. I'll keep you in my pocket just in case. But
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, please keep my fetter nearby then, just in case.
of course. All right. Well, do you need anything before we head out?
Were you about to ask me for like a drink or something? Because I can't drink.
Have it.
I know it's sweet, but no, I'm good. I'm full up.
All right.
Your lady Xandria was pretty frustrated dealing with Agaya, so that I'm topped off.
Was she jumping on the bed again?
No, they were training.
Oh,
And you know how your girl Agaya likes throwing people around.
that'll do it. And she'll just kind of like rub her shoulder a little bit. And she'll say, "Well, let's head out." And she'll put the calculator in her pocket.
Okay,
Head out to the car.
sure.
Hey, it's Steven.
Hi, Steven.
We lost power and apparently I slept.
Oh, it's good to have you.
Thank you.
She added in here.
We're about to go to the Midnight Augury again.
Oh, and then we lost Brittany.
Uh-oh.
I wonder what happened there. Oh, there she is.
There he is.
Oh, I can't see him.
I could not see him.
Oh, gotcha.
He was obfuscated.
Ah,
Okay, so we'll head out to the car.
Okay. So all of you, so you're taking how many vehicles?
Probably 2. I mean,
Yeah, it's what we've been doing so far. So
Okay.
I guess we're
Yeah.
sticking with the 2 right now.
So the 2 vehicles then. Somebody gonna call Revis and swing by and pick them up then, I guess.
Yeah.
it wouldn't be Damaris.
Seth will send him a text saying, you missed the meeting.
I won't have to be puzzled about that one. Meeting? I'm busy cleaning. What meeting?
Oh, we met a honey. What clan is he from?
Apparently La Sombra.
Oh, we met a new La Sombra that's new in town. He's staying at Trudy's lodge, so might want to keep an eye out for him.
La Sombra. Isn't that the one with the black clouds over their head?
I don't know. What I do know is that they appear blurry on video, and no, he's not the one who took Shannon.
Oh, okay. So where do I meet you guys?
Why don't she'll just tell him the place where they were last time, and they'll just meet him there.
Okay.
So you're gonna meet him at Burrito Alarm.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Takeout.
Yep.
Burrito Alarm?
Yep.
It's like Taco Bell,
It's a knockoff Taco Bell.
Yep. There's all
just with more fire.
or with more fire. Or you could go to Michael Alone, which is a knockoff of McDonald's, Sandwich Peasant, knockoff of Burger King, or Koala Detour, knockoff of Panda Express.
Ashland's fun.
I didn't realize we had so much variety.
But why? You're asking why?
No,
It's
no,
because
I would not be that.
Emotional damage.
Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay. So I go to, the burrito place.
Yes. And which is actually just on the other side of the bar that you took over. That had been
So I-
Lily's.
Yep. So I could have walked, probably, maybe. Okay. All right. I need wake up. I need fresh blood. Obviously, it's stagnant.
So, you guys swing by, pick him up. You're heading back out of town, heading into Keno, Oregon, back to the sewing and archery's place. I think it was Sally's or something like that.
Oh, yes. And who's getting us in this time?
Miss Trudy's son is agreed to peek at the cards.
Really?
Yeah, we can. Dougie, I guess there's something going on with the spirit realm.
Yeah, they're apparently cracking down on communicating between the skin lands and wherever these wraiths are. So, not a lot of them are making themselves known.
Okay.
So it takes you guys about an hour and a half a drive.
Yeah.
So at this point, that puts you guys at, we'll say, a little after midnight.
Okay.
Go back through the small little awkward place of the sewing and archery. You guys have already been here before. You know, the old lady sitting at the counter just kind of nods as you walk through her yarns and threads and bits and pieces. Go to that door, walk back down into the badly lit red room with the one guy standing behind it who's just kind of silent. And as you approach, he starts showing a card. Who's going first?
I will.
Okay.
And
I
then
need
Ben-
to. Do I need to roll something?
Are you using? You have Auspex?
Yes, I do. I can roll.
Yep. Go ahead and roll. You're looking for what level of Auspex do you have?
I have 3.
So you're gonna want to use 2 for aura perception. So empathy and
Mhm.
perception.
8, right?
Yes, difficulty.
Yeah.
Okay. Please don't botch this time.
Can I whisper to Will for an auto?
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna spend a will.
Okay.
Thanks.
Sorry, I'm an advocate of using what you got. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Oh, so that would be 4 successes,
Very nice.
including my
The burn for willpower. Sure.
yeah.
So, and I'm not going to go through the cards at this point, but you guessed the correct card. He opens the the velvet rope to you so that you can walk through and wait for everybody.
And she reluctantly lets go of Ben's hand.
Yeah. So because of that, Ben's going to want to go next.
Okay. Go ahead and roll, Ben. Ben Hameen.
Burn a willpower, baby.
No, I didn't, but it's okay. I got 2 successes.
Yeah, specialty emotional damage.
Pretty
So,
much.
you guessed the right card too. At this point, you have you look at it, or you're able to figure it out based upon looking at him and guess the right card. He puts that one down. You walk through as well. Who's next up?
I'll go.
Okay.
Auspex.
Yes.
Okay.
And Persephone will wrap her arms around Ben's waist while they're waiting for the others.
Yep, and he
Clingy.
reciprocates.
Difficulty 8.
And guess you forgot to say burning a willpower point.
I
before she
did.
rolled.
Oh, I meant to, but so I got none. I didn't botch. So
No, you didn't botch. So he doesn't let you advance, and
Great.
you have to wait. At this point, next up.
I'll go.
Okay.
I have no Auspex.
Okay. So you walk up to it. You stand there, kind of clueless, and then you.
Can I use a cult?
No. You can hear a voice in your ear.
I'm sorry. Before I roll, can I say I burn for luck?
You're not going to actually be rolling since
Okay.
you don't have Auspex.
Okay.
But yes, if you had luck, you would say that before you rolled.
Okay.
So you hear a whispered voice in your ear as to what the suit is.
Okay. I describe it back.
Okay. And so he kind of looks with a little bit of consternation and opens the rope to you and lets you in. That leaves Trudy.
I will go next.
Okay.
What aspect of Auspex are people using for this?
Or perception.
Sure, I could try that.
Unless you have telepathy and you can attempt to read his mind.
Alas.
You're so cute.
Four successes.
Nice. That's at a difficulty 6.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be difficulty 8 for aura perception.
Oh, well
but
then.
But you still have successes.
Successes.
Yeah. Okay, so then
Four is always difficulty 8?
it's always been difficulty 8, yes.
Interesting. Okay.
No worries. So Damaris, you're the only one standing on the other side of the
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
the rope.
Maybe I'm just not mentally prepared for it. I don't know. I am burning a will for an auto.
Okay.
Forget it. Good thing I did. Got one.
Oh, damn.
Oh my god.
All of these dice, not a
No
single
shit.
success among them.
Jeez.
Wow.
I got one auto. That's it.
Yeah.
So you guys see Damaris like delaying there for a moment again, like
Struggling.
trying to, like she's thinking, and it has kind of that look like the guy from Ghostbusters trying to guess the card. You know, for a moment. It's a couple of wavy lines. But you eventually get it, like narrowly.
Sorry, guys. I must be tired.
I mean, isn't that why we brought Bobby?
Well, normally it wasn't an issue. For me, at least.
But you eventually all get through. And as the door opens up, thrumming of music, industrial and electronic beats, darkly lit club scene on the inside like you're used to.
Oh,
As
she's
all
got
of
the
you-
earth dance.
As all of you have heard, you know, or have already gotten the description of this place, you know, that it has kind of a soft blue light to it in the background, which of course means there's a lot of shadows. Occasionally a red or white light might zip by from the runners, you know, that are up top, people at the bar, drinking drinks, you know, people, and some people on the floor. Bobby leans in to Trudy and he says, "Mom, where the heck is this place?"
Oh, can I hear him?
I'll let you have a chance at it for perception and alertness, difficulty 9, given the sound.
Okay. Perception, alertness. Not that one. I have to remember that formula.
You'll
Oh,
want
no,
to do it's a different one. It's /MM.
/MM.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
your dice, and then your difficulty.
Yeah,
With the
space,
space
dice,
between
and
all of
space
them.
difficulty.
Space dice.
And if you have a specialty, just put specialty.
Difficulty is 9, you said?
9, yes.
I'm sorry?
9, yes.
Okay.
9! You got one success.
Okay. I probably should put my glasses on because I was looking at it going like, what the heck is that? Okay. Oh my goodness.
So you can't make out what's being said, but you can hear another voice that you can't place somewhere.
So I'll go, did someone say something?
Have you met my son, Bobby?
At the mansion once, I think.
Bobby, this is Mr. Rivas.
Hello, Mr. Rivas.
Hello. Did you ask a question?
Well, I was asking my mom, like, where the heck this place is. This is really weird.
Honestly, I'm not sure where it is. It's said to travel. Do you know something about it?
Last time we hear, the way it was briefly explained to us was it's never in the same place twice. And it's not considered to be a stationary location. So if you're kind of focused on like, or tied in some way to anything that lets you stay in one place, it's probably disturbing. I think someone tried to step outside last time, and that's when they discovered it was somewhere else.
I could see how that would be disorienting.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a bunch of my kind over here on this side.
Anyone? Are they on this side, or are they on
No,
the
they
other?
seem to be on this side.
Is that a bad thing?
depends on who you talk to.
Oh.
When you say on this side, you mean on the skin realm or the flesh realm or
Yeah,
whatever it's referred to?
we call where you're at the Skinlands.
The Skinlands. Okay.
Huh.
So that's not necessarily a good thing that these guys are here, especially considering that lately there's been some crackdowns from what I heard about the communications between the two.
Perhaps he should stick close to his mother.
Yeah.
Well, if anything gets hairy, you just go into your fetter and we'll take you home.
I'm gonna make sure to stay near you, Mom. I don't like the looks of this here.
All right.
So, baby, do you want to go get a drink first before we go browsing?
You know, I'd like to, but I mean, if it's already weird for our ticket in here, Bobby, I mean, how about we just search for your thing, see if we can get it, and then have a
And
drink
go.
elsewhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to get in and out of here as quickly as possible.
What are we looking for?
2 large-ish silver mirrors.
Largest, like
Like
foot?
enough for someone to pass through.
Oh.
And I need 2 of them.
In fact, I mean, I could use 2 too because I want to do that same ritual. So
And
4 mirrors, silver mirrors.
how are we getting out with them if we find them?
Well, hopefully the same way they brought the slab in.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to be gigantic, but I see what you're saying as far as transporting 4 big mirrors. Hopefully, they can package them in a way that's, decent, and we could probably.
Just put them in crates.
I mean,
Yeah.
will
Yeah,
our
they should-
cars
they-
be able to take these things?
Oh, you didn't bring the truck?
Well, I brought mine's.
Not laughing at this point. I'm sorry, out of character.
Well, at least Damaris brought a truck.
If worst comes to worst, we can call like one of those Ubers and make sure it's like one of the big cars, probably, because
We
it's
could
just
call-
transporting some stuff. They're not
We
going to
could
care.
call my people and they can meet us at the other side.
Yeah, I'd rather not deal with Ubers anytime soon.
Yeah, it's a good point. Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mom's got people for that.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's go browsing.
Right.
Alrighty.
And she will keep an arm around Ben's waist.
Same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Ben and
Can I-
Seth are walking arm.
Am
in
I
arm.
able to roll like a perception to see if they're just abnormally clingy to each other
Sure.
Today? Yeah.
today? Like this is just weird even for her now.
Perception and awareness.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, Trudy leans over to Damaris and says, "They're extra lovey-dovey.
That's what I was saying. Like
Maybe
perception and awareness. What's my thing at? So 6. Okay. Five.
I mean, I'm not going to begrudge them, a relationship. That'll
Are
be
you
a-
rolling Trudy, or were you just letting Damaris?
She's just commenting.
Okay.
I rolled 5.
Yes, they do seem a little extra.
A little extra,
Mhm.
man. The anxiety when she went first and let go of him. Something's weird. Yeah, so I'm gonna say yeah, they're very clingy today. Huh. Odd.
Well, maybe it's going around.
Well, I hope not. Ugh.
Revis just kind of looks at the 2 of them and goes, "There's a contact human thing."
A what?
There's a contact human thing you can get as a disease.
Well, I mean, I know our kind don't get married, and yet two people in this town have two weddings in this town already. So maybe something's going on there. More than usual.
Maybe it's a blood disease and it could be filtered.
So you
Could
guys
be.
wander. You guys are wandering through the club then at this point to the bazaar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you approach the doors. Obviously, the doors open up to a completely different location. You guys are already familiar with kind of what it looks like. It's a giant bazaar with, sky tents over, over it. Rows
She's
and
gonna-
rows of tents on the inside here as people are bartering from their tents and kind of going back and forth. And
She's gonna look for their buddy.
I was going to
Yeah.
say, the lights wakes up and Revis's obviously sleep-induced mind and goes, "We're here. He must be here somewhere."
Yeah. See if we can find Hugo, the guy that we dealt with before.
sure.
That was his name. I wanted to say Lugo, but I knew that wasn't it.
Yeah, the guy who denies.
Yes, Lugo is from the labyrinth.
The guy
Yeah.
who denies.
Ludo.
Ludo with a D.
Ludo. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, you need to be cautious with him.
Yeah.
So
Well, he knows. He knows. So
if you want to look around specifically for his people, you need to give me perception and alertness checks.
Okay.
Difficulty 8, since those of you who would know what his people look like. Otherwise, I mean, it's busy foot traffic everywhere, much like walking into a flea market or a convention floor where all the artists and vendors are at.
Oh yeah, that guy from before. I'm sorry. What would you say? Perception, alert, and
Perception and alertness.
perception. Alertness. Okay.
whew,
Difficulty 8.
thank God my tins exploded. So I got 2 successes.
Well, that was
Difficulty
just
7.
I'm glad I
Ouch.
used my, glad I used my one early in the game.
Oh, me and Ben have already done our botches.
Yeah.
2.
One success here.
And I got 2.
Okay. So as you are looking around, Revis, unfortunately, as you turn, you end up catching a rod right in the eye.
Oh.
A rod?
Yeah, from one of the stands or whatnot. So you just he turns wrong and walks right into it. Boink! Ow! Ow! So you're blinded for one turn as you accidentally poke into that and it poked your eye.
I didn't recall something like this the last time. It just wasn't me. It's got to be going through that doorway.
Are you okay?
However, Rachel, you end up. So Rachel, you and Persephone end up finding one of his runners. They have specific. They have a specific armband that has kind of a ribbon a bit that has a color that basically just denotes they're with this vendor or that vendor or whatnot. You guys see it a lot, but you end up recognizing one of them as they pass by.
Isn't that one of his?
Yep. Looks like it. I recognize the band.
Let's follow him.
All right. Nice.
You could just ask him. This is a big place. Truthfully, you would not want to. If he's not near his destination, you're going to walk for a bit or run and chase him, which would kind of be amusing.
Well,
but probably
maybe
not very good.
Miss Trudy's pretty good with people.
Really?
Better than I am.
What do you
I just
need to do?
I'd take a couple steps and tap him on the arm, Jerome.
Yeah, let me just flag him down and say,
Okay.
hey, we're looking for your guy.
So he stops real quick, and he looks like he's in a hurry, and he says, "Yes, what can I do for you?"
Where's the tent today?
The plenty of tents all around you.
For the man you're carrying the message for.
Oh yes, so you mean my master? Yes. So you need to go. We are in different locations this time. Please go 5 aisles down, 2 aisles over.
Thank you very much.
Largest tent on the aisle, cannot miss.
Thank you.
And so he just like bolts off again real quick. Obviously making his run for errands.
Yeah. And I tell him what the directions are. We just kind of head off that way.
Okay.
Okay.
Sweet. Yep, follow the directions.
Yep. So, at this, like, as you're walking along, Trudy, you end up hearing Bobby again. He's just like, wow, this is like, pardon the phrase, but this is really bizarre. And bizarre, I mean, I get it. It's a pun, but there's like so many people here, and I'm picking up like all kinds of stuff. I mean, most of them are human, but they all seem to like know the supernatural. I mean, I'm even seeing some wraiths over here haggling.
What a strange place this is.
This is wild. I've never heard. The only other place I've heard that's kind of like this is like Enoch.
What's that?
It's supposed to be some spirit city in the middle of the Shadowlands that I guess vampires hold or something like that.
Huh. What an interesting idea. Do you know where that is?
No. Of course not. I mean, you know me and Giovanni, Mom.
Sure. Well.
And besides, people don't know if it's myth or if it's real. Some people swear by it. Other people think it's bunk. But this is kind of fitting what the rumors are of this place. Like just a bazaar or like a big city of just a bunch of things that probably shouldn't be in a particular area, like an island of something out of nothing.
How do you think they put it together? Magic?
Oh, they would have had to have, yeah. But I mean, their spiritual impressions being what they are, I mean, they could have taken over something else and brought it across or moved it somewhere. I mean, I don't know.
Very interesting place.
On our way to Hugo's tent, do we see anything of interest?
Yeah, I was going to ask that too. See if I pick up on anything or find a mirror or something on the way that isn't at this guy.
So on the way there, you pass up a tarp vendor. It's got all kinds of tarps, rugs, you name it. Because you're going across the aisle caps. A guy selling comics. But supposedly only super rare ones, or valuable. You've got another guy who is selling repurposed junk parts for items that are no longer in production. So you got like old TVs and old soundboards and so on and so forth. So I mean, it's a mix of like all kinds of things. Another jewelry vendor, obviously, you pass by. And then, of course, as you follow your way down around through the aisles, you get to his big, elaborate tent. Much like you saw before, he's got a nice, he has a nice display of some rugs and tapestries, some clothing, a lot of stuff coming in or out. The big tent has a nice, large carpet. Think Sultan-like. When you think of old movies, when they would set something up in the middle of the desert, or in this case, John Wick 3, when he went to find the guy who ran the high table.
Yeah.
That kind of look. A lot of pillows thrown around for seating.
And before we get too close, Beavis would go, He is very old school. Manners are kind of important.
I remember.
Makes sense. Yeah.
I won't throw a fit like Trish did.
Thank you. That was embarrassing.
I don't know. She got a nice car out of it. Maybe I should.
What happened to Trish?
She
Revis
got us
will,
what we needed.
Revis will briefly recap you. In the process of dealing with this gentleman, he was preemptive before the deal was made and entered our vehicles and was bringing the merchandise into the location without our consent. Um, Trish, being the individual that she is, decided to take mortal offense at his gestures and proceeded to manipulate it to her satisfaction.
You know that nice truck that she's driving around?
That
Right.
was that was
That's
a
how.
gesture of good faith on his behalf to indicate that he was not trying to steal what we were selling.
And we got our asking price.
That sounds like this fella has deep pockets.
And so a very well-dressed man steps out, nice short-cut hair. And did I give him... I don't know if I gave him an actor. I did not. Okay. Which is fine. For physical appearance. Sometimes I'll do that with NPCs so you have a good visual.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's got a little bit of that kind of 5 o'clock shadow going on at this point, but otherwise, you know, he probably could have stepped out of a GQ ad or, you know, a high-priced cologne or something. He's just very well-to-do. He's got a couple rings on his fingers, and he sees your group and he says, "Ah, welcome!" And then he spots somebody and he says, "Ms. Maxwell."
Trudy goes white
Uh-oh.
and very, very still. And she says nothing.
What's going on, Trudy?
Did we notice that?
Yeah.
Considering her beliefs make her almost mortal in appearance, as opposed to those of us who have a different pallor. Yes.
And he says, "I did not expect to see you here."
Ruby
Miss-
just kind of steps a little bit to the left and looks between the two of them. Is this an issue?
Mr. Welliver, it's been some time.
She's just going to look at Ben like, oh,
Say Mr. Welver?
Welliver, yes.
Oh, Welliver.
Yeah.
Is there bad blood here? Is this going to be a problem?
Well, this is neutral ground. This should not be a problem either way.
Right.
Ruby just looks at Miss Trudy then.
I hear we're looking for silver mirrors.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Good way to deflect.
So it has been 50 plus years, and you come to me looking for mirrors.
actually, I'm looking for the mirrors, Mr. Welliver.
As am I.
Silver mirrors. Roughly how big in dimension?
About Ben's
Enough
height.
enough for someone to step through.
Ah, yes. You were attempting to do the mirror walk.
Oh, you know of it.
No, I know
Oh,
of a
well,
great many things,
course.
yes. Especially when it deals with magic. So then, I know exactly of which it is that you seek. What is it you bring to barter?
I did bring some rituals with me.
And what rituals are you willing to provide?
I have Ward versus Demon.
Hmm.
I have Deny the Intruder.
Mhm.
And hold on, let me get to this other page. Oop, went too far.
Heart of Stone.
Hmm.
And
Word of Hallowed Truth.
I'm
Reeves
flipping.
just kind of looks at Ben.
And
Problem.
Unweave Ritual.
Interesting. Lacking, but interesting. Do you have anything else to trade? Miss Maxwell?
Nope, I do not.
I'm afraid not.
She's going to take the black diamond off her finger that was her mother's and present it.
He mulls it around to see if if it's something he would be interested in. He hands it back to you. He says, I am a collector, and I am not unsympathetic to what it is you are looking for. How many of these mirrors are you looking for specifically?
4.
4, 2 for each of us.
Then, how about this for a trade? You possess a pagan power, do you not? He points directly at Damaris.
Oh. Can you be more specific?
A magic of ruins and something that stems from early Celtic history.
Ogham?
Yes, that is the name. Yes, your Ogham.
So just question that out of character, just so I understand how I'm going to process this in character. Is that Ogham, like, that's like definitely very deeply personal for our specific clan.
It is.
And that's not something that we typically teach, though, right? Like,
That is
never
correct.
like outside of the clan.
That is
Yeah.
correct.
So
It's very, very valuable to you guys.
yeah, and to me, 4 mirrors isn't necessarily worth giving that up. I've got to go by my code, my path. So I'm afraid I can't do that.
How about just the beginning levels?
I'm sorry. No.
Very well then.
I will forego the mirrors if that's the case. I can find them elsewhere.
Yeah, I'm afraid. So, yes.
Well, very well then. If you happen to come up with something else that might tip the scales, something that you might think might be equally as valuable as her pagan magic, I would be happy to renegotiate.
Okay, thank you for his time. And
Thanks for your time.
Of course. And Ms.
He kind of-
Maxwell.
he kind of looks at everyone briefly
Give
and
him a short
indicates
nod.
we should step outside of the tent for a bit.
Yeah.
And
In
then
fact, she's going to like nudge him to go down maybe a couple aisles.
and
Sure.
Reeves takes out his phone and goes to one of the text modes and just types in. He only deals high value. And
Keep in mind you can't text in here.
I know I
But you
can't
can-
send it, but I can
But you
show
can
it.
show it, yes.
Yeah. And I would, right below that, I would go, he's a collector. If it's not in collector grade, he's not going to be interested. And that's what I would type.
So then Ben just like looks at that, then out loud he goes, "Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. So I guess we're looking elsewhere for those items. But
Yeah.
yeah, sorry if there's some bad blood there, Trudy. Didn't realize that something wrong was going on.
Mom, why didn't we kill him?
We can't do it here.
Why not?
It's against the
Neutral
rules.
ground. Sorry, not there.
I don't think we can hear the conversation.
Yeah, I know.
Give it time. We can wait.
Well, it doesn't seem like we found those mirrors anywhere else in here. How about we skedaddle and discuss things we clearly need to discuss?
Yeah. That's disappointing.
All right. So then Ben tries to lead everyone back out of the augury unless we happen to find like mirrors that somebody else has as we're passing by.
You do not. However, there are precious metal cellars.
Okay.
We can make it ourselves.
I'm not a
You-
silversmith. I don't know if I could do that.
Do you know of somebody, Miss Trudy?
Isn't Mr. Lore a metalsmith?
That's true. He's a blacksmith, isn't he?
I don't know that I've ever seen. I mean, not that I've seen a lot of his work, but I seem to remember him working more in weapons than something like mirrors. But it's worth asking.
Are we going to leave then? Is everyone in agreement?
Yeah, I'm leaving at least.
Yeah, we're heading towards the door.
Previous would just kind of indicate we should probably cease this discussion because it doesn't seem like anything we say inside this area is relatively safe. And that's just by what we basically found out last time. And wait for everyone to get out, and we get out, and then he goes, I apologize. I obviously was not awake and failed to communicate properly when this was being discussed. He is very, very high end, and I was afraid for a second people were going to indicate they were willing to deal with him on things that he's a buyer and seller of secrets, basically, not just merchandise.
Yeah.
And
I'm not willing to give up
I understand, but it
that
wasn't.
knowledge. Yeah.
It's new to ground, and I just kept my mouth shut. But from what we learned from interacting with him last time, he is his bargains are ironclad. So if you make some deal with him, do not even think about reneging.
Do you know much about him?
Only from our last interactions. We dealt with him almost exclusively for the stone, and then we made a lot of purchases. Not a lot, I'm sorry, I exaggerate. Enough purchases that I could watch and see how he interacted in the level. He wants a relationship, so he's willing to lean towards us in favor. So if you guys had something close that was rare, he probably would make the deal simply because he's trying to maintain it. I have no idea why, but it was obvious in some of the things he did. And maybe it's his level of professionalism. Maybe he just really is that honor bound. I don't have a way of determining that. But
What was that in there, Miss Trudy?
Where are we right now?
Well, if you guys were exiting, then you're probably in the sewing and archery.
Parking lot.
Yeah. We
room.
probably still don't want to talk about this here. We probably should just
Yeah.
go
Not here.
maybe back to the cannery.
was the comment about out of character? Was the comment about metals out loud?
Yes.
Okay. Do they need any particular characteristics other than silver?
They just need to be pure silver.
Hmm.
Did you think about talking to someone at Antiques?
They're very expensive.
Did you think about talking to someone at Antiques?
I mean,
I don't have your
but that could be something
honey.
that
You could bargain for me.
I
Revis
mean,
would
yeah.
take out his phone and call one of his allies and ask him how hard it would be to get 4 pure silver mirrors
Yeah, 6 feet tall.
that are between 4 and 5 feet tall.
it's like
and
they don't
about
need to
a
be
foot and
that
a half
big.
wide.
They just have to be enough to be able to step through.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 feet.
Yeah, right. Between
That
like
is-
4 by 3
that
feet or
is a
something.
tall order, and
It
they're
is a
going to
big
have to get
mirror,
back to
yeah.
you on that.
Okay, I'm just curious because I've got an inquiry on my end. So if it's available, let me know, and I'll see if the inquirer is willing to pay the price.
Okay.
I'm also fine with oval mirrors that are big, like bigger. Doesn't have to be rectangular necessarily, but
No,
just
it just
enough
has
for
to be. It just has to be
just
silver.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't give him a size. I just gave him rough shape. So
No,
Now that
that's
we
fine.
are outside of the augury, Ben will go ahead and send a quick text to Colin saying, if you had the materials, could you craft 4 large mirrors?
Okay. So you get a picture of like a metalworked eagle. You get a picture of like some other metalworked fashion pieces that were made that, for all intents and purposes, they're like craft 4, craft 5.
Okay.
Nice. So
So
yes.
yeah, he's like, I think so.
So yeah, Ben sends like a thumbs up emoji, and then right after that goes, "Cool, we might have some work for you once we get the materials. I'll let you know soon."
Okay. So he just sends a thumbs up emoji back.
And then Ben goes, "Yeah, so Magic Man would be able to craft what you need if he has the materials. So that is one route we can go. If Revis's due doesn't pan out with what we need."
Thank you, sweetheart.
Yeah, great.
Sure.
I didn't
But,
think about Colin. I forgot he did all that. Truthfully.
yeah, so how about we hang out at the cannery and talk about, the elephant in the
Stuff.
room.
Mhm.
Yes.
So for lack of time at this point, you guys drive back. It's about 2 in the morning, at 2:30 in the morning at this point. When you finally get back, obviously no one is in the cannery at this point. Everybody's gone home. None of the office buildings or restaurants have anything in there. You guys are the only cars parked out there, and go back inside the office space that you have designated for vampire business.
So, Trudy, what's the deal with Hugo?
Hugo Welliver is the man who murdered my son
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
and ran my company into the ground.
Miss Trudy, I'm so sorry. I did not know.
You couldn't have.
well, that puts an interesting spin on dealing with him.
I have been spending the last 50 years trying to track him down.
And we just happen to know him. Wow. That's a
Um,
small world.
I know where he is. I know some things about him. I have cogs working on things, but he's not human.
Oh,
No,
He's
he's
we
not.
something.
gathered that.
Oh, yeah, pretty obvious.
He is something that I have never. Well, I've only seen once.
Did you ever find out why he did it?
No,
Okay.
Do you know what he is?
I have a term. I'm not yet sure what it means.
Lay it on us. Maybe we know.
I believe it was Ishmaelite.
Ishmaelite.
Could I roll anything for that, like my occult?
If you,
I don't know. I've never heard
what's
that
your
term out of
occult level?
character. 5.
I will let you roll your intelligence and occult. You may not burn for willpower. Difficulty
Okay.
5 or difficulty 10. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Come on, girl, you can do it.
Whoops. I'm rolling 10 dice, so let's see.
Yes.
Nope, and I botched. I got a headache.
Dang. Close.
Oh my gosh! Out of 10 dice.
So you're thinking and you're like, maybe something like that sounds familiar, and then a lamp on one of the shelves falls over and crowns you right on the head.
I'm like, son. You guys see this? She's just like, mother.
And the
hell is that?
splitting headache that Persephone had has now transubstantiated from her body into yours, stunning you for a round. With that, you're just like, oh.
She kicks it. I cannot believe I botched from rolling 10 dice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Almost like
It's bad, almost as bad as
Let me try
yours.
it again and see. See, I
something.
would have had 1 on the next wall too, technically. Man, difficulty 10 does the job. Okay.
Yeah, I'm afraid
Right.
I've never heard that term.
I
Same here.
have reason to believe that it's associated with a creature called a mummy.
Oh, what?
What?
A mummy.
Like
Like an
Egyptian?
actual. Wow.
Reeves just kind of looks at you, and if his paddler could probably get any deeper, it would have, but since it's really impossible for him to get any wider than his current state, he just kind of like probably freezes and goes, "What?"
That's all I know. As I said, I've got irons in the fire.
Reeves repeats, "What did you say?"
I think she
I
said
want to be a
mummies.
mummy.
Does that mean something to you?
Yes.
Okay. Can you elaborate now?
Trudy leans forward very.
There are 2 versions, if it's that. There's the ones that worship Set, and there's the ones that don't.
Huh.
And we kill the ones that don't with great fervor
The
and
ones who
with
don't
great difficulty.
that don't worship Set, you destroy.
Yep.
So they're bad mummies.
How do you
Depends on
know?
who you talk to, I suppose. I mean, I'm
How
sure
do
the ones worshipped by the name that I will not say think exactly the opposite.
How do you know which is which?
Wow. We're getting into areas that I now must tread very, very lightly.
Well,
I'm assuming my 3 levels of occult is enough out of character, Jerome, to know that they should have a symbol.
No. Yeah, you would have you would only have like what you just relayed. You'd only have like the barest
That's okay.
of
I just want to
idea.
check before I open my mouth. Yeah. Okay. I lacked that knowledge. I know there is a way of separating them, but I do not possess it. You would need a priest of my religion or theirs.
to tell the difference.
Yeah. The priests know without really looking.
I have met one person before who was similar, and this person was very powerful and was willing to trade me the information. It sounded like this person and Mr. Welliver were playing opposite sides.
Revis just kind of grimly smiles and goes, yes. And I don't know of any kindred, power-wise, that's awake that could match one for one.
So he's some ancient, powerful supernatural that's extremely rare.
That would sum it up from my viewpoint, yes.
Interesting.
Okay.
Checks out with what I know. He's currently located in Seattle.
Yeah, we have his business card.
Have someone working undercover to infiltrate his operation.
Revis just kind of looks at you and goes, they're expendable?
Preferably not, but
You better accept the fact they're expendable if you send them.
priorities.
Okay. He's just being honest with you. The little that I know is from, we don't send anyone we have a high value for on those missions.
Okay. Well,
So no more doing business with Hugo.
child murderer, right? No, definitely not.
I'm going to act as I've been asked to ask in these matters. He holds his bargains. Do not forget that.
If
Do not throw away a resource you may come to need. And in particular, make sure that you do not, if you can, and I understand this is difficult, for those who are not directly involved, to like spit on him or demean him in some way that he can hear about would be unwise if he reflects in any way what you're looking at. He will take it as an insult from what I've seen. So
Well,
be very, very careful what you vocalize is in a place that isn't going to reach him.
how do
Right.
we know?
I
think-
would assume this is okay at the moment, but having seen Miss Trudy now and knowing that she's where we are, which is not a piece of knowledge he probably had before, because we didn't say we were intimate acquaintances of hers, he will now rethink that and maybe spend a little more effort on being more aware of where we are and where she is.
Now it's going both ways at this point.
Yep. Mhm.
does he know where you are?
Me? You're asking me? You're asking Revis out of character.
You, all of you.
Well, he
I am
knows
sure
that
someone
we're.
said something. I am
He
100%
knows we're
sure.
kindred.
Someone
Yeah.
mentioned
Oh.
where we were, and in truth, he looked at the vehicles. He went
When
out and sent people to
he-
the vehicles. He could get the information from that.
When he worked for me, posing as a kindred in Texas, of course. In any case, I think it wise to obviously to tread carefully, but to not let on that you know what I know about him and
Of course.
what happened between us.
Right.
So,
Of course.
act normally. Don't tip our hand.
At this point, nobody here goes back to the Midnight Augury for any reason whatsoever until you either talk to me and or the Baron first. And I don't see any reason why we have to go in there at this point. I mean, we had to before. We got that taken care of. We'll get the mirrors a different way.
And I really wanted to go dancing there.
I hear ya. I'll be letting the Baron know.
And that's where we're going to stop for today because we got a full 3 hours in, a little bit over that. So, good game. Lots of surprises. I didn't actually expect this one to come up. This is actually,
I'm good. I'm good at that.
so, when that started happening, I messaged Brittany right away. I'm like, it's going to be fun.
But I was listening very carefully, and I was like, nobody said his name in Trudy's presence. Nobody said his name.
No,
You always said like the gentleman or you were.
I forgot what his name was,
And that was the
so
best
that's
thing
why I
about
didn't
it.
say it.
Because it was quite literally, like you would expect from a movie for the big reveal sort of thing. Because it's like everybody's talking around him and about him,
Yeah,
but
we're
never
just saying,
mentioning
we're
him
just saying the
directly.
bazaar,
Yeah.
the tent,
went down really well.
your vendor, your master.
And this
yeah,
particular
like,
plot piece has been going on ever since Trudy came into game. So we're talking 2+ years easy.
Dang.
Wow. You're welcome.
Yeah. Woohoo.
I mean, okay. So like the last time you guys went to the augury, it was a game that I was not at, but like I was watching part of it, but I was also moving. So like, anyway, somebody said Welliver, and I was just like,
Yeah.
She was in the chat. She was because everybody. Well, like at that point, Haley was talking to, what's her name? At that point, like the whole time, like both characters you guys were interacting with were like bad for Sophie or bad for Brittany. You know, so she's commenting, and every so often you'll see in the chat like, "Shut up, shut up, shut up."
Roxy.
Yeah, Roxy.
yeah.
Yeah, Roxy was another big one. So
I still
Mummy,
don't know
really,
the
of
situation
all
between
things, this
Roxy
has
and
to be a
that
mummy.
in character.
Oh, well, it has to do with Colin.
yeah.
Oh, I know it does. Out of character, I know the whole story. I just in character, nobody has said anything
Yeah,
to
no.
Damaris about
Well,
that
I
relationship.
think part of it is because it's kind of important for that to happen when Haley's here. So
Yeah, figured.
we'll have to sit on that one.
So, just to remind everybody watching or whatnot, our next games coming up are Ashland by Night on next Friday at 7:30 p.m. and then the Marvel Superheroes game on August the 5th, which is hopefully the Go Home episode. We should have Mike back for that one. So it's going to be interesting to see all that coalesce and come together. And then the following week after that, we will not be having another game for Ashland by Night Blood Ties. We will be at a convention at that point, helping to host some panels. But we will have Cyberpunk and Street Fighter that week. So,
Man, it's too bad we couldn't do our panel like our blood ties at the con for the panel.
Yeah.
That
Someday.
would have been cool.
I would actually love to be able to do that and have a face-to-face with
live?
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just, film it or whatnot, because I think that'd be cool. But, it is what it is.
I will be there next year.
So, but it would be cool if we could have everybody out for that one. Just do it at a convention, at some point. But thank you guys all again. We've got to get going. We've got some other things going on today. Hopefully a barbecue in our very near future. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you guys for playing. Have a good night. Good night.
Thank you.
Night.
Bye.